Hey, there we go. Look at that. It's a web stream. The frames have not even started dropping yet. The kilobits per second is exceeding the speed of light. That's also nonsensical. Uh, just waiting for the arena to fill up, as I like to say. Never gonna happen. All right, so I probably should start anyway then. All right, so welcome to today's Saturday Ken Schneider Niner live performance straight from the Ken Schneider studios here in Pleasanton, wherever it is. Doesn't really matter. We got the Himalayan salt lamp, we got the Twitch glitch sign, and we have the Love Lego. Pretty much it these days. That's all you need. And my music studio. It's a good backdrop, frankly. I don't plan on changing it. So let's see what's happening. Okay, it looks like audio is working. All right, let's talk about today's stream. First of all, I would like to present the beverage of the day, du jour, as the French would say. Beverage du jour, Diet Coke. Check it out. I'm gonna try some right now. I'll let you know if it's good. I said I'll let you know. All right, and the for our able flying assistant here, the thing that translates my little finger movements into the plane, either making it through those narrow buildings or just smashing. The beautiful blue Bluetooth controller. Thank you. Sit down, everybody. So what? All right, you can get one of your own, but it's not going to look exactly like this. These are all like kind of uniquely made, like a swirl thing. It's kind of cool. Excuse me, give me some oxygen. All right, there we go. So after the flying, which I don't know, 45 minutes, 50 minutes, somewhere in that range, usually, when I kind of get the feeling I've flown around and seen enough for the day, there'll be the big brain games. That's a bunch of web-based games we do here, right here in the community. The Quirtle, the Revealed, the Reunion, the Loop, the Tightrope Trivia, the Connections. A bunch of these games takes us like 20-25 minutes to run through them, but it's the same kind of thing every day. It's very predictable. I like to say my stream is pretty much exactly the same, and it only has to be mediocre to hit the level that every other stream has. So that takes the pressure off, really does. If I'd ever done a good stream, I'd be pissed off. You know what I mean? I'd have to try to make my next stream as good as restream as good as that good one. It'd be frustrating as all hell. Right, so then there'll be the big break. There'll be a short break. We got a special long, extra long Ken Schneider Niner show too. Because I'm gonna be playing the bass. I got my Rocksmith bass, so I'll show you what right here. We'd like to preview the musical instrument that's gonna be playing today. This is my birthday bass, I like to call it. I bought myself. This is the second bass I own now. I own two. It's like I have a Fender style, jazz bass, but this is kind of a real kind of modern style bass, I'd say, and it plays really nice. So I'm going to play Rocksmith. That's me playing along with real songs, the bass, in real time. Using the little racetrack they have. And I have access to thousands of songs. It's kind of. I'm sure I'll play. I'm going to play. I play a lot of songs. I can go for a while on the bass. I mean, I get a lot of notes wrong, but I don't care. Get some right. But then after that, man, this is going to be a long time. The introduction is going to be epic. I have a feeling, because the introduction has to go extra long. So I purchased a Lego here. This is the Wall-E Lego, which we will not complete today, but I have a feeling we'll be able to build at least one of the large items. Because there's two of the major robots here. There's Wall-E and the whatever they call the white thing. How many pieces total? 811 pieces. So yeah, that's definitely more than one. But hopefully I'll finish it this weekend. Maybe because hopefully I'll finish in 2 sessions. It's got all sorts of stuff, like cool little stuff in there that you always love from Lego. Most importantly, it's 18 plus, meaning it's a challenging build, which I like. It's not for kids. You're not supposed, if you're 17, stay away from that kit. You don't have the muscle skills to complete it. If you're 17, I don't know. All right, so let's get on with what we're in the Microsoft Flight Simulator category. I got the Bluetooth controller all powered up. Let's choose a Aeroplano. So anyway, I was looking. It looks like I hate those stupid notifications from Discord. All right. It looks like, yeah, this takes like an hour to start up. That one I need a special thing for. I want something that's got kind of an interesting, challenging startup. Maybe we'll just do the flying wing. That's push button to start. The jet trainer. Yeah, it's not as much fun to start up as the flying wing, and the flying wing is sure a vibe. I got a lot of use out of it, but it's one of my faves. Alrighty, so and we have quite a few of these cool liveries. It comes in. You know, you pay like, I think you only pay like $15 or less for this in the add-on store. We'll do let's see, we did silver. We'll do Royal Air Force. That's kind of a weird one that I rarely do. Of course, this plane is based on a real. The Horton HO-229 is based on a real German experimental fighter, not a bomber, I think, jet fighter. All right, so where is Milwaukee? Because that's the last thing I've got here, right? Milwaukee. I think that's the main airport, right? Well, no, the international airport. Let's do the smaller airport. Yeah, this is perfect. So Milwaukee is in this area. And it's been updated. There's South Milwaukee. So Milwaukee's right there. Okay, so it's southeast of where we're going to start. Oops. Okay, we're going to start on the ramp so I can cold start these beautiful dual jet engines. Moderately realistic starting procedure. I mean, you know, I think not my favorite, but it's better than some. And it's such a cool different kind of thing. Yeah, that's why I like to fly the auto gyro. So let's walk around it a bit. You can see it's got some cool things. Like it comes with a set of stairs that you use to get up to it. Like you know, because you get up there and then you're gonna walk. You're gonna walk on the wing. It's a flying wing. You know, see what I'm saying? It doesn't have a tail. It limits its. So you'd walk up there, which is kind of cool. It limits its maneuverability in some ways because of the lack of a tail. But it gives us that big fat wing, which you can use to store a lot of fuel, I guess, you know, ammunition or bombs. But the other thing about this specific design is you can see that huge front wheel and the space that's needed to store that wheel when it's up. It basically eats up all of the room in the fuselage that you might want to put, say, a bomb or something in. It has a real serious issue with practicality. Now you can see it has 2 machine guns mounted on it. But once again, it's not as maneuverable as planes that have traditional. It doesn't matter. We're here for fun. We're not here for practicality. Let's hide the stick. It'll make it a little easier to start up here. All right, the first thing we're going to do is turn the main breaker on. Notice the ignition for left and right engine. We keep those off for now. The next thing we're going to do is give the throttle a little something. That's those yellow things there. Just crack the throttle a bit there. Maybe a little more. That's perfect. All right, so we're going to check down here on the left. We're going to open both fuel valves, but we're not going to turn the alternators and the fuel pumps on quite yet. First, what you do with these engines is you spin them up, of course. Now, to spin them up, we have to... Oh, where is it? There it is. We're going to spin up the left engine first. That's this engine. So you have a guy outside. First of all, you have to have plug into an external power because there's an electrical motor. But there's a little ring that you pull, and that engages the starter. Hold on. There we go. Now, there is this on the word says U-min times 1,000, that one there. That's just starting to move there, which is good. So the left engine is starting to spin. But it doesn't have fuel or ignition yet. We want it to spin up before we introduce those. The fuel valve is open, but the fuel pump is off. Okay, so we're going to wait for it to spin up. That's about as much as it's going to spin up. It's still spinning up a little bit more. Takes a while. Okay, fuel pump on. Now we're going to turn the ignition on for the left engine. And note that the ignition is coming up. Now it's starting to spin up. We should see the temperature gauge where it says times 100°C. Right? Put on the alternator 2. Actually, you might have to turn the alternator 2 for actual ignition. Or you should see it like a dirty, like a lot of smoke coming out of the back there. That's normal. It's a real smoky startup sequence. Very smoky. But you can see the temperature's coming up. And that's the reason why it's smoky is because it's not hot enough to burn clean until it gets warmed up. All right, left engine is starting cleanly. But let's start the right engine next. There it goes. Now it's stabilized. So if you come out here, you can see it's a nice clean exhaust. Okay, so left. That was the left engine. Now we're going to start the right engine. Engine number 2. All right, so we go back in here. I keep doing that wrong. All right, go back in here. Now we have this other gauge here, down here. I'm going to point kind of at it here. These 2 gauges at the bottom. The speed of it goes up to 2,000. You know, it's slightly moving, and then the temperature is at 0 because we're waiting for the engine to speed up before we introduce fuel. Waiting for it to get to a certain speed, about like 2,400. That's about as 2,000 RPM is about as high as it's going to get. You can see it's trying to get up a little higher than that. That's about as high as the electric engine can get you. So you turn these on, your fuel pump's on, and then we're going to turn on the ignition here, and we're going to watch what happens to those gauges there. It should start coming up with the temperature. Yeah, temperature's coming up, and you see a lot of smoke coming out of that right engine there. Because it's running cold, but it's coming up to temperature. I just like the starter procedure on jet engines. All right, they're started up. Okay, so, oh, by the way, I want to open up the canopy, right? It's for fun. It kind of slides back. We can keep it open, I think. Okay, I have a radio. I have to turn the radio on. Let me see if the radio's on. No, radio's on. Turn the ground. Request depart straight out. It's southeast. We're Milwaukee. I think we can make this turn here, but we might need to do an artificial backup, which I could do. Right, it's shift Z, right?
Niner, taxi 2 and hold short runway 15. Left via taxiway Alpha. Contact tower on 1.
As if we have a pushback. That's my little magical pushback. Launch clearance.
Taxi 2 and hold short runway 15. Left using taxiway Alpha.
Alright, let's get the engines to warm up past idle. Park breakers on. Now park brakes off. Very good. We are moving. You can see, by the way, you can see details of the framing. I believe it was a wood frame with a metal skin, which was kind of common back then, but is very heavy and kind of not very safe. Not as strong as you'd think. But that was very common until they developed the all metal design for aircraft. But even things like, I believe the Hurricane or the Spitfire were wood over with a wood substructure with a metal skin, and they were using shipbuilders to make these planes, or the bodies of the planes, and that's what they were used to working with. And this is, I think, yeah, but this, these are prototypes. They don't make very many of these. I think one is hanging in the Smithsonian Air and Space Museum, but I don't know for sure. I've been there. All right. Oh, see, the canopy closes automatically, by the way. You saw that happen when you get to a certain speed with taxi. We're getting a little fast here. I don't know, slow. It's not really that maneuverable on the ground, as you can see. It's got that big thing in front, which does steer it. So it steers more like a car than a tail dragger would, that's for sure. Well, it steers like a tricycle, because that's what it is. So technically, it's a tricycle landing gear. All right, we're going to get ready to prepare for takeoff here. Everybody put your tray tables in the maximum upright position, or don't. I should get say intentions. I know what you're talking about, which is, yeah, it's an AI. Well, I should think about it especially if somebody recommends it to me. I mean, I know what you're talking about. The thing is, I don't know if it would interrupt how it would work with my kind of narrating. I guess you have a key on the mouse that activates it. I'm gonna look into it. I'm gonna look into it later today. Maybe if it's some kind of fun thing that would add to the stream. Oh, you sim all the time too, and a band director. Well, see, we got music. All right, flaps to the first position, and a little bit of positive trim. Um, let's see if we can get clearance from Clarence here. And we're taking off in our vintage World War II experimental bomber here, or fighter. Okay, here we are, runway 15. But yeah, I mean, I don't do a lot of VAT sim stuff or like serious navigation, or where it's realistic. But I think Say Intentions is probably a little more fun and simpler than that. All right, so we're ready to take off. Let's get rid of this thing here. We don't need that. All right, we're gonna move up to full power. Yeah, it's the HO229. Yeah, which is one of my go-to planes. That means I have several I go to, but this is one of them. So the cool thing is the back wheels take off before the front wheel does. And that's just the way it does. Plus, the other cool thing is that kind of that yellow glow at full power, and that's only at full power. All right, we're going to bring the gear up. So you can see these massive gear coming in. There's huge doors. It's closing up there. But then you're all aerodynamic. All right, town of Milwaukee, dead ahead. All right, flaps to 0, plus we're on takeoff power, so coming back to cruise power. It looks like a beautiful day here in Milwaukee. I have live weather turned on. All right, so that's the little airport. That's not the international airport. Yeah, plus the paint jobs are wild. But these planes, they do have flaps, and they also have speed brakes on the way, like these spoilers that can pop out, which usually I don't need, but sometimes I do. All right, so today on the menu is Milwaukee. It's part of the last place we have not visited that has been mentioned as updated in the city update 15. Yes, thank you for approving the frequency, Kenneth. What is the frequency, Kenneth? Nobody knows. All right, so I just want to do a little fly around of the city. We're gonna check out the sights, which is a lot of buildings. Looks like. Yesterday I was flying in a very in this St. Croix River, and it was extremely rural. I mean, not even rural. It was in the middle of nowhere. What is this big building? I think it's a stadium. I'm gonna check it out. We always check out the stadiums or stadii, and I think that's got to be a stadium. So I know Milwaukee has quite a few professional teams. For example, the Brewers, the baseball team, but I'm not sure this might be where the Brewers play. That's a pretty modern looking stadium too. Wow, yeah, well that's baseball. That's a really cool. Oh, that's a wild. Like you say, I don't think I've been here before, so we're gonna. Thank you for bringing that over on the Wikipedia. Yeah. But as I was saying, I don't know if you're here, but I was saying is it takes up most of the room in the central part of the fuselage where you might want to put a bomb because they're so huge. So it means, and then, okay, well, maybe you can carry bombs on the wings. So I guess the Milwaukee Brewers play here, and I believe this whole thing, you can see this track where this opens and closes in this cool circular butterfly fashion. So on the sunny days, it's open, and when it's cold, which it is probably a lot for baseball. And you can see the outside of it, and that's pretty cool. Well, this is one of the cooler, stadiums I've seen in the game, and I like to check them out. All right, everyone back in the plane. Where is it? It's right here somewhere. There it is. We're using our magical parachutes to ascend back into the plane. All right, and start time again. There we go. All right. So there's a stadium. There's what I believe maybe is a hospital there. I don't know. Let's check out downtown Milwaukee. Actually, is this another kind of, what is this here? We got plenty of time. I think this is just a factory, but this looks like a commercial area. Yeah, these are like storage for grains and things like that. Grain or other agricultural storage needs, I believe. But it flies really good too. And it's got this weird thing when you use the flaps, or use the rudder. I don't know what you do. You said only at certain speeds. Okay. Yeah, it brings out these things on the tips, right? There's a rudder there, and so that's how it rudders. It doesn't have a rudder. It has these weird little aerodynamic surfaces. And it kind of works, but I don't use it much. This is a park. Actually, this is a cemetery. You can always recognize them from above. That's cemetery. They're not really a park, but they're very recognizable. Yeah, I think they made 5 of these HO229s as prototypes or something, and a couple of them were captured intact. But the other one thing is the jet engines of the day would not have been reliable enough for long flights. And there's a park. All right, Milwaukee's this way, so we're heading up. I just wanted to check out the waterfront. So I guess this is one of them Great Lakes there. They're pretty damn humongous, that's for sure. Especially when you're flying around a flight simulator, just to look at how big they are, like how far you have to fly. You stay nice and low. If I see a bridge, I can go under. We're gonna go under it. This one we might be able to. Let's just check here. What do I think? Can we fit this thing under that bridge? There's really only one way to find out. All right, we're gonna make a move here. By the way, you got this whole kind of waterfront. That's this theater, like an amphitheater, entertainment area. It's probably museums and stuff like that. We're gonna go under that bridge. I made an executive decision. Basically, if I see a bridge and I think I can get under it, I'm gonna try it. Well, yeah, I try to keep it above stall. I mean, like all planes, but yes, that's very, very important when landing because stall speed's fairly high. But the other thing when landing is it lands in a really weird way where you land on the front wheel, the rear wheels are still in the air, and then they settle down. And it's the only plane that I have that's like that. Okay, where is it? There it is. All right. All right. This is an illegal operation here. Do not call the FAA and tell them I did this. For God's sake, I don't want to lose my fake pilot's license. You can barely tell, but there's a bridge there, right? This is what it looks like from here. We're crazy. It's a bridge. We're gonna get nice and low. This is a fairly big airplane, but as I say, it's pretty maneuverable. Watch my speed, 160. That gives us plenty of leeway. Shows altitude of 630, but I believe that's uncorrected. I think we are at sea level, effectively. But we're going to go under the bridge just because I want to be able to say we did it. It's a cool looking bridge, too. And that's going under the bridge. That's a specialty of mine. All right, let's check out the city. I mean, it's easy. I recently went over this. Oh, God, there's some really cool, like, architecture going on down here. I've never been to Milwaukee. I'm not sure what these are. It's a really cool architecture. And that looks like, kind of waterfront stuff. And here's kind of the old buildings, the older buildings here. And they look realistically aged. But then, right, there's some downtown. This is the Fiserv Forum. I guess they also have a really good basketball team, right? So they've got I think the Milwaukee does it have a football team? No. But it does have a very good basketball and baseball team, I'm thinking. Maybe it does. All right, thanks for coming by. I'm going to check out that that thing, the thing you mentioned. I have it saved in chat. Say intentions. I'm going to check it out. I don't know for sure. And it's one of those things where I can try it out offline, and if I don't like it, I don't have to. You know what I mean? Oh, okay. So there's the city. There's this beautiful marina here. They've definitely updated it. I haven't been here in a while, but I remember being here to what didn't look this good. A huge marina with lots of really cool looking boats. Some of them are smashed into each other. Don't worry about it. The insurance company will take care of it. And it just looks like it has a beautiful, lake. This is the lakefront kind of potential here. With I assume this is a museum or some kind of government building here, right there. Kind of looks like a ship. Trying to look like a ship. Trying to all look ship-like. Hold on a second here. I'm going to do something real quick, which I do a lot, which I'll make a short pause while I bring up Google Maps. I just want to, that'll help me kind of name some of these landmarks. All right, I'm going to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and I just, obviously that is, okay, there's the lighthouse, there's the sailing center, but this is Discovery World, right? So it's a science museum. Okay. Science museum. Okay. right? Oh, no, no, no. It's the Milwaukee Art Museum, the Science Museum. Oh, where's my controller? Okay, that's the Art Museum. That building there. The Science Museum is there. Okay. I'm just trying to, make sure I know what I'm doing. Let's try not to smash too hard into these buildings. But, that, I always like to get, like, there's a Chase building there. Okay. And then there's, like, a river that kind of goes right through the town there, which is pretty cool. Try not to hit these buildings. I have collision detection turned on. If we smash into a building, it kind of ends the run. But I'm not gonna. Hopefully, we'll not smash. There's one of these inflatable buildings. I think they used to cover fields, or some kind of like tennis courts or something might be in there, right? And there's some kind of hotel, perhaps. I'm thinking. But overall, it's a gorgeous day. It's very green. What is this? All those dome thingies there. Okay, so there's the huge intersection, right? There's that huge intersection. There's the train right away. So what is this thing here? It's the Mitchell Park Domes Horticulture Conservatory. Okay, just so you know, that is a horticulture conservatory. Try saying that 5 times real fast. But I just like to look that kind of stuff up. All right, so there is the stadium we already flew over once, and we get a lot of these kind of northeast style, northern, style houses. Oh yeah, there's the other stadium. The thing about the houses in the north, compared to California houses, is there tend to be smaller footprint, taller, and with more peaked roofs because of snow. We don't get that in California, so houses can be designed differently with much less of a peak of the roof because there's no snow load to worry about. And there's a little bit more room. So it's interesting that the architecture is different in these areas. And you can really see it in the houses around here. There's some areas which have more what we call a ranch style, which is a one-level house. This is, again, that huge cemetery. You can tell kind of from the rows. It looks like the cemetery is in the whole area surrounding where they play baseball. And it's a very large cemetery. It's amazing how much valuable real estate is taken up for this. Humans are pretty sentimental about that. Good for them. Me. I'm not an alien. I'm from here. Anyway, as I was saying, another freeway up there. Should we head up that way? What's like if we head on the coast for a while? Because I'm having a good time. Let's head. I bet if we had, more of those storage things, lots of storage of stuff before it's taken from one place to another place. Look, I don't know. But yeah, let's do one thing. I'm just trying to think. Okay, let me look at the map. If we go south or north, if we go south, yeah, it's pretty much Kenosha. It's pretty much stuff all the way to Chicago. I don't think we can make it all the way to Chicago. It's not that far. It's 40 miles or so to Chicago, but I don't think it'll be a little boring to just fly for 40 miles. But at least we saw Milwaukee, and it looks beautiful. And man, that is, imagine not knowing where you're going and you got on the wrong thing. You know what I'm saying? Whenever I see that, you better get on the right off ramp. But these days, at least your navigator will tell you. All right, so we've been up north. But I just want to explore south. The thing about going south on the waterfront is that I assume we're gonna have an area where it's suburban, and that's a really nice boat there. The other thing to know about this plane is it kind of eats fuel. That's the other thing about jet engines of the day. We're not particularly fuel efficient. This is just a single pilot and whatever. I'm not sure exactly what the mission was, but it's certainly an advanced. It really proves that the Germans were really advanced in terms of aeronautic design compared to the rest of the world in the 40s. Mainly because the government was putting a lot of things. I think we had a factory here or something. Definitely got a factory surrounded by all those freight containers, those truck things. And that looks like it's a school, maybe an elementary school, nice and low. Pretty sure. Oh, we're about to fly over actually, I think this is the main airport. I'm not going to land here, but we'll check it out. I might land here. But I want to fly around a bit. Yeah, we took off at kind of the regional airport, but this is the international, Milwaukee International or whatever. And we'll fly over and check out some of the buildings. You can see the terminals are there. That's cargo operations there. Main terminal is here. Good size, but not tremendous. You know, Chicago has much bigger airports, obviously O'Hare being one of the biggest in the world. Decent size, got 3 different terminal A, B, and C kind of things. And a big parking garage, very practical. It's like a good place to fly in and out of. Nice and probably easy for pilots to get in and out of because it's very flat. There's no worry about mountainous terrain or anything like that. Cool, look at all this, the airport adjacent area is always kind of interesting. That's probably a mall, a little mall. It's kind of not very big. That is more like logistics. Okay. And then we have here, I wonder if this is more, yeah, I was going to say maybe it was more graveyards, but I think it's actually just parkland. So it's beautiful. You can see we're pretty close to the water, but I think as you get closer to the water, that's where the most desirable plots of land are for living on. So I expect to see at least 1 or 2 golf courses out here. That looks like a country club, but I don't see where the golf course is. I'm sure we'll find it. Probably a couple in that area down there. But I like the way these streets are kind of laid out. These little lazy curves and cul-de-sacs, you know. And then here's your local shopping area for these people. I'm gonna make a sharp right turn here. This looks like it's a Parker School area here. You got playing fields. I guess we've got a dome, like a little dome there. This is different. I think it's a school. But I don't know for sure. All right, sharp right turn. Pretty maneuverable if you know what you're doing. And you know, watch your attitude. It actually flies like a dream. It's a really fun plane to fly. I'm used to it. The first, you know, I've been flying it for hundreds of hours at this point. The first few times I flew this plane, I was not very good at it, and that's true of a lot of these planes. You know, it looks really easy to do what I'm doing. Get some experience. It's not so hard. But I'm always watching little things like, you know, what's my vertical speed? What's my airspeed? The thing about jet engines is if you do a sharp turn and you start losing speed, the engines take a while to build up that thrust again because they're not taking in, the intake airspeed is slower as well. And so effectively the supercharging effect of moving at speed, it slows down. Or the turbocharging, whatever. This is a power plant here. You know, it's always, you know, power plants generate a lot of waste heat, and putting them right next to a source of cool water makes it, you know, it's always the way to go. This is not nuclear. You can see they're feeding fuel up into those, I think. It could be nuclear, but I don't think so. Hard to tell, actually. But it looks, it's very complicated with all this stuff. Looks like, of course, they put multiple power plants. Oops, now to the water. Let's buzz some of these boats and we'll make their day. Can you imagine being in a sailboat and like this German flying wing buzzes you at extremely low altitude like that? That would make your day. Of course, it's not have to die too much. But I'm having a good time. So we're going to continue past this. It's probably going to be a ways until there's another airport because of the effect of that giant municipal international airport in Milwaukee. But we're probably not going to. I bet we'll find something that we can land on before Chicago. Chicago is about 40 miles that way, maybe 30. From here. We are doing 182 knots. That's, you know, like almost 200 miles an hour. And that's the other thing about this plane I like, which is you can cover ground. What is this here? Park at school. But again, I believe this whole area all the way, there's like, it's all going to be effectively suburban. Because at this point, you can see Milwaukee in the distance. And you're suburban to Milwaukee, but at some point you're going to be suburban. You'll be in effectively North Chicago. You'll be suburban to Chicago, an hour, you know, because it's less than an hour away. You know, if you're halfway between, it's like 40 minutes to Milwaukee and 40 minutes to Chicago. This is another little airport here, and check out this quarry. Oh my God, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. All right, not quite, but This quarry is crucial. Look how dramatic those walls are. Oh, I love the quarry. And then we got a nice runway here. You know what? This is a landable runway. This is a nice long ranch runway here. All right. I wonder what airport this is. I don't care. Let's try landing here. It'll be fun. But that quarry, I want to fly over the quarry again, man. Because, you know, I'm Captain Ken at this point. I am the captain. All right. Where was the quarry's the other end of this? We'll be checking out this whole area here. There is a golf course achieved right there. And another school. You can see track and field. But that quarry was super dramatic. It's in the middle of, it's like just a huge open pit. We're going to be diving in with our magic parachutes. I have a feeling. You see, as I made this turn here, I was gaining altitude. The engines are basically, now I'm almost at stall speed. Now I'm above stall speed. But you got to watch it. You do have to be careful when you're flying this plane and you make any kind of sharp turn, like a 180-degree turn like that. You tend to lose a lot of what we call energy, meaning just kind of the forward momentum of the plane. And if you're not watching it, you can stall just after doing the turn. Anyway, at the end of this runway, can you imagine overshooting the runway and ending up in the quarry? Look how massive this quarry is. And it's like two sides of it. And it's got all this activity. It's an active quarry. I mean, I guess it's granite or marble or something like that. We're not gonna be able to tell. Oh, I have to reset my camera. Hold on a second here. I can do that. Where's my camera thing? Camera. Reset position. Thank you. All right. So here's the quarry. And you can see like there's a water there, but you can see that it's an active mining situation. You know, not super detailed, and then there's two sides to it because there's the quarry in this area, which actually has like a little lake, and then the other side, which is also a mine, a surface mine. I'm not sure a quarry is a more accurate term than a surface mine, but it's just really amazing how when you have these dramatic vertical walls in the game, and that they're pretty well textured. You know, they look like. And that would not happen naturally if you're looking at overhead images and stretching them onto a topography. So I think this would be an area where they would have to go in by hand, where you kind of see those strata there in those things. Okay, back in the plane, start time again. All right, it is time to land. Pretty much. Okay, so where's that? Okay, we're going to land this direction. Over the quarry, because it'll be fun. So again, so you want to build up, because I'm about to make a 180-degree turn. I want to make sure I have enough altitude that I don't stall out. So I'm building up altitude while I have plenty of RPM in the engines. We're going to come out to here. Boy, it's almost. What's going on here? It's getting a little squirrely on me. Should be fine. All right, where's our thingy there? Okay, perfect. All right, so we're going to make a turn here. I'm going to start bringing some flaps down, but you can see as we turn, I want to make sure we're not going to lose too much energy. We're not doing a sharp curve. Yeah, we're losing a lot of power here, a lot of energy. We're almost at stall. That's fine. Gear coming down, by the way, because we're almost ready to land. All right, a little more power from the engines. A little more flap from the flaps. Okay, we're almost at full flap position. This is what it looks like from here. You can see I'm just basically flying onto the runway. But we're going to go right over this quarry, which is cool. A little high up. Okay, now we can slow down a bit. Put flaps to the landing position. 27 degrees is good. Shouldn't need full flaps, but reasonable flaps. Looks like a decent sized runway. So I'm not too concerned about landing long. So speed 122. Perfect approach speed. Don't want to get any slower than that though. And we will go a little slower due to at lower altitude, thicker air and more drag. And this plane has a lot of drag. So you got to be careful. Maybe give us a little more power at this point. But look how we're dramatically flying low over this quarry to get to this runway. Okay, reducing power. Again, you want to land on that front wheel. I'm trying to stay on the runway, but it's tricky. That's full right at this point. And it's fine. A little tricky, stay on the runway. Okay, now we can do some braking. Yeah, it's not very stable until you get real slow. Laps up. Good enough. We survived it. Wasn't the best, whatever. But I think we had a kind of a side wind I was dealing with there. Flaps are retracted. Do I have any oomph? Oh, we got oomph. Alright, let's check out this airport. It's obviously a little GA airport. Doesn't have a lot, but we're going to check it out. Let's go this way. Alright, can we open the canopy? Get a little airflow? There's that nice whooshing sound. Yeah, looks like the engines are both performing quite well for a little trip. We were a little heavy. The other issue is 44% fuel load is heavy. One thing I do normally is kind of reduce, I kind of effectively drop fuel for landing to around 20%. It makes it quite a difference in terms of bouncing when you get on the ground and being able to maneuver on the ground because you're less heavy, so it's easier to maneuver. So yeah. So landing this heavy is kind of an extra challenge, and the manufacturers don't want you to do it. Because it's hard on the airframe. Oh, it looks like it's giving us a little parking spot here. That's what it looks like from here. Let's try not to run over the dude. A little more oomph, please. Coming in nice and slow. Do an RP. Let's come to the left. Alright. Good enough. Close enough. Alright. So we're going to shut down the engines. Shutting down the engines, please. There we go. Shut down the fuel cutoff. And these fuel cutoffs here. Turn off the ignition. Engine's going to cut down real nice. Throttle to nothing. Turn off your electrical system. There you go. Cold and dark, pretty easy. What we got? Oh yeah, puts automatically nice. Puts the chocks up, and puts that ladder up so we can get off. And so you'd climb out of there. You'd walk on those. The area has those dotted white lines, and they're pretty serious about that. Those other panels might dent if you put weight on them. When these are designed to hold your weight, but it's kind of cool how they have to do that. And then you walk on the specific part. And avoid those little parts that are not in the dead of the bottle lines. It's a really cool little detail. And you see those engines, and it's a wild plane. I love it. It's a real privilege to fly something that it's not really something that any human was really going to ever get to do in the real life. So we don't know how accurate that it is, the simulation is, but it doesn't matter to me. I just really like it. Okay, well, basically, I think we can call that a simulation. This is going to be a long-ass stream today, by the way, because I might be doing Lego for as much as an hour. I want to at least complete one of the dealios, or maybe more. But that'll be kind of the third part. I'll be sitting on the floor. I just have a floor cam. I'll just be sitting chatting. I don't think anybody will be here, which is fine. All right, main menu. We're going to quit out of this. We're going to do the big brain games. Quit to desktop. I'm going to move into the just chatting category for the next feature here, which is the regularly scheduled big brain games. As regularly scheduled, just chatting. Just chatting. All right, so let me bring up big brain game number uno. We're going to warm up with a little Quirtle here. I'm going to do the extreme for the warm up. Now I do the Wordle every day, right first thing in the morning, for whatever reason. For one thing, it's people do it commonly. So I don't want to. I want to do it early before other people might be streaming it. But this one they don't do too often. All right. So what do we got here? It could be Mason on the top left, right? Let's try Mason. Top left. Yeah, I had a good feeling about that. And then we got CROS something. What, right? It has to be OS. And it can't be Cross. It's got to be Cross, right? Also, can't be crossed. All right, that's easy enough. We got 2. Now let's see what we got. We have something where it's RIN. I'm gonna guess it could be a few things, but I'm gonna guess drink because it could be drink, and it will at least give me the D and the K. Okay, it was, I think, grind. The D was a good guess. It could have been a lot of other things too. And now we have one guess, and we have both the G and the D. So this word is going to be doing. D-O-I-N-G, right? Oh yeah, we have D-O-I-N, and then there's a G. Doing. Okay. That's a successful warm-up game. If anybody's here, there's some of these games that we do a little slower, and you might well be able to participate in the game. All right, the next one I'm going to do is the reveals. It's from our friends at Britannica.com. What is this? This thing is that we get a category, we get what the correct letters are, the number of letters in the words, and then we get this heavily redacted document that we can reveal some things on, but we're going to try to guess what the answer is with the minimum number of reveals, and that's the game. All right. So first thing we're going to do is read the heavily redacted document out loud. It really helps. Okay, first of all, it's 5 letters, 2 letters, 3 letters, and 5 letters. So it's like something of the something, maybe. Okay, so in the blank, the thing we're looking for, in the blank address of the blank to the blank. The blank requires the blank from time to time give to the blank of the blank. Although the blank now gives the blank in person to a blank session of blank, doing so is not required by the blank. The country's first 2 blank and blank did make blank addresses to blank in person, but the blank blah blah blah. I don't even really need to read any more of this. That one's too easy. Some of them are too easy because they don't redact enough. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, the more I was reading, it was like State of the Union address. Or they could have done it shorter. But whatever it is, I believe this is probably going to be harder for non-U.S. residents, But I required 0 reveals, 0 hints, got it in about 10 seconds. Other players required 5.7 reveals, 74% solved it, so not hard. There's Barack Obama giving the State of the Union. Because I believe he is currently the president of the United States, or something. Someone is. I don't know. Something like that. I don't know. I don't keep up with politics. Anyway. Diet Coke. All right, that's 2 games down. What's the next game? Should we do the tightrope trivia? Yeah, let's do that. I just want to get this out of the way. Timed multiple choice trivia questions getting really hard. You can't help me with this one because I gotta get that. I gotta go as quickly as I can through these. Some of these games will go a lot slower. This is a fast moving one. Beard tax. I'd have to go with Peter the Great for that one. He was the only Russian in that list. Well, yeah. The first mirror telescope. It was Galileo. Oh, it was Newton. Oof, right. Could have been either one of those. They both invented telescopes, but different ones. Needed to produce 1 pound of it. Yeah, saffron is... yeah, a pound of saffron would be very expensive. Connects 2 bodies of water, the Mediterranean and the Atlantic. That's pretty easy. I don't think I would have got that. Oh, well, I don't know. Anyway, take your time, get them right, but fast. All pink strawberry. All pink packs. I don't know. That was a total guess. It could have been any of those. Wow, 1 out of 4. I got it right. I had no idea. Trump, of those, yeah. It's actually ultra realism, I believe it's called, or photorealism. Movie adaptation of Cats. Bought his first dog. What? Oh my lord. The waddle turkeys, since they can't sweat. That's an easy one. All right, let's see what we do on today's trivia quiz. When his laundry months, he had a paucity. All right, so we're pretty fast, but we got one wrong. I'm still trying to get 2,000 points or more to consider it a win, which is possible because I got 8 or 9, and I was pretty fast. And again, the time bonus is what is really what is the biggest part of your score. Yeah, I'll easily get to 2,000. So that's a walk-in encyclopedia. That's a win, even though I got one wrong. You know what I mean? It's literally a win. Okay. The next one is the reunion. Then we'll do the loop. It's just this order I like to do these. The reunion is kind of like a crossword puzzle, except you don't get any clues. You just got to suss out what the letters are based on these color clues and where the. Okay, so we know this R is on the bottom row, but the D and the O we're not sure about. We know this E is on the column and the A is on the column, but the P we're not sure about. Oof, could be a lot of things. What could be? Starts with a T. So I don't think the A is going to go there because then it's AI something. And the only word that I can think of that starts with AI is aisle, A-I-S-L-E, and it can't be aisle because the S isn't available. So the A is not there. The A is not there. The A is either there or there, I think. I think it's here. I just had to kind of you have to kind of suss out and use kind of logic, weird logic, because I don't know what the word is yet. The R stayed yellow, so we also know the R is on the column. It could be here. It could be tornado, right? Because we have all the letters for tornado. I'm pretty sure it's tornado. If I move this R here and it turns green, it's tornado. Okay, so that's good. We sussed out a word. Pretty quickly. I just want to make sure. Okay, and then this O. Well, that's. Oh no, there's another O here. And then we could put the I over there. Or the I here. Let's do this one. Doesn't matter really. Okay, so now we know that it starts with O and then it probably ends in ER, I think. So that, right, or it could be the R where the hedgehog is. In which case, it's O blank RE something. What is that? And we have a G and F for a T and a B. And it can't be orbit. It can't go there. So I think I've sussed out that this R is most likely here at the end. Okay, that was right. Because you want it ends, 2 ER words there. Now this word can't be otter. There's a T. It could be other. And I think it is because I have a feeling this word ends in SH. So I'm just good at this game. Let me just trust me on this. Let's see. It has to be other, right? There's no other letters there. Okay, that's good. Oh, and that I turned green. Ooh, we're doing good today. I'm trying to get this in 17 or less. That's a win. But 16 is a big win. We could get 16 if we play our cards right here. This I either is where the P is or where the L is. Or where the hedgehog is after the L. I don't think it could. I can't think of a 5-letter word that ends in I, an L-I, A something something L-I. But I can think of words that are A something I-L. Let's see, right? Like agile, right? Which we have the letters for. So if I put the I here and it turns green, I'm sure it's gonna be agile. And this P we know is gonna be here, so it's gonna be. What is this word going to be? Publish. Okay. So let's just get that. The B is going to go there. I think this word's going to be agile. The E is going to go down here. We got to be careful not to mess up here. Oh, yeah. So the top word is going to be topic. And then this word is going to be freer, and that's going to be fine. We got in 15. 15 is a huge win. 17 is a win. 16 is a giant win. 15 is a 1 out of 50 or 1 out of 50. My record is 14, but I think I did that off stream. And you have to get everything perfect and get perfect interchanges. Let's just take a look at this beautiful board again. So where the hedgehog, and I kind of didn't really suss out, but didn't need to, where the hedgehog and the fox are going to end up. But there, they made freer there and topic. You didn't have to connect those words. We got tornado first and then other. And then I kind of sussed out where some other letters went. And we got agile and topic. Yeah, it's a good one today. I'll probably play the slightly harder version, the extreme or whatever they call it. It's not that much harder. A little later today, but I want to do that one. Let's do the loop. We got a lot more brain games to do. We got lots more streaming to do. This stream is probably going to go for another 2 hours minimum, maybe more. I don't have anything today. All right, we're going to do the loop. It's kind of a relatively new game. Now we start off with an anvil. Okay. And we're going to start and look what we have. Okay, we have plastic green army men, whatever we call those guys. We have Oscar. We have the Oscar statue for the Academy Awards. We have the red carpet. That would be associated with the Academy Awards. So I'll put these guys next to each other. We have a sunflower. We have an ear. We have a Pegasus. That's not a unicorn. That's a Pegasus. It's a winged Pegasus. We have alphabet blocks. Interesting. We have a horseshoe. Now, horseshoe is something you'd make on an anvil. That thing. Okay, we have, sun protection formula 30, and we're going to put that next to the sunflower. Again, I'm just going to put these here because I know they're connected. Okay, what's the last thing? We have a painter, but I think it's a specific painter, right? What's his name? The redhead. It's not Van Gogh, is it? Oh, it is Van Gogh because he cut off his ear. So that's Van Gogh. Oh wait, okay, and there's an ear. So there's a Van Gogh and an ear. You know what I mean? They're connected. What's this last one here? Okay, we got a dude on a flying carpet. So that would be next to the red carpet, I would think. I would think the Pegasus might go with a flying carpet. What would go with a horseshoe? Would a horseshoe go with the Pegasus? Did Pegasus really need a horseshoe? I don't think so. So we still have Van Gogh. We have alphabet blocks. Oh, yeah, we have the ear and Van Gogh. We know those together. And we have the green army men. I'm going to put this here. I'm not very confident in any of these. But I want to see if we got anything right at all. So we got some yellows, so that's good. No, good. That's good. Actually, the ear and the Van Gogh are in the correct position. And then we have 4 things that connect here on the lower left, and 4 things, and 2 separate ones that connect on the right. So these means there is a connection between them, the sunflower and the SPF, and the blocks, and because they're toys. But let's see. But we didn't get this connection between Van Gogh and whatever is. It can only be this or this. Or no, it can't be that. So can it be this? Let's see. Van Gogh. Van Gogh painted sunflowers. Oops. So I know that the sunflower is there, and the SPF is there. What would a horseshoe connect to? The only thing I can possibly think of is the horseshoe connects to the Pegasus because it's a horse. I guess we'll try it. So the horseshoe, and this is that's correct. The flying carpet and the carpet, and then this guy. I guess the little army man might link up to them. I don't know. Let's just check how bad we did. We did very good. That's called excellent. That's correct. So we only needed one guess. And that was actually really good. I'm not 100% sure about some of these connections, and that is why I'm going to read the Hot Wheeling thing here. Okay, the anvil. Okay, I was thinking the anvil is the bone, and it links to the ear because there's a bone in your ear called an anvil. A horseshoe is traditionally made with an anvil, right? Pegasus is a flying horse. I still think that Pegasus is not going to be a horseshoe. It's flying. It's not walking. Magic Carpet and Pegasus are both airborne elements from fantastical stories. That's also pretty slim. Magic Carpet, Red Carpet, Oscar statuette, fine, army men. So toy soldiers are miniature people holding weapons, similar to the Oscar statuette who holds a sword. Tenuous, but we got it. Toy blocks, army men, toy blocks. Sun block, that's the other one I didn't get. Toy blocks, sun block. Sunflower, Van Gogh painted sunflowers. Human ear famously cut off his ear. So I mean, I got at least with all the images, I understood what the images, like I knew that was Van Gogh. You know what I mean? And that could be hard enough right away. But I thought it'd be wordplay. Anyway, that was fun. That's a successful loop, by the way, for sure. Let's see. The next one on the list of games I like to play, believe it or not, we're already up to the connections, the New York Times connections. So we got a 22-day streak. Actually, we got more, but they keep resetting my streaks because they hate me. All right. So what do we got here? We got 16 words and or short phrases that we need to group into groups of 4 by affinity, but we don't know what the affinity is, and there's often a misdirection. There's often a fake affinity group and a lot of wordplay in play. So let's see if we can suss out what this what the most obvious 4 group. Okay, so we got catwalk, foxtrot, so those both have animals in the front, credit card, collection, boardwalk, designer, envelope, crosswalk, we got a bunch of walks, firewalk, I don't think it's walks, by the way, even though there's 4 walks, I don't think it is that, income tax, that'd be too obvious, billiard ball, model, short line, decanter, waterworks, and barber pole. I mean, waterworks, short line, income tax, and boardwalk are all specific things on the Monopoly board, and nothing else is. None of those things are related to and I don't think it's catwalk, boardwalk, firewalk, and crosswalk. But we're about to find out. Monopoly squares. Yeah, the catwalk, grouping those together would have been the fake affinity group. Then they do that for you. Okay, so we got, let's see. So that's good. So we've already got boardwalk off there, so we're not even going to worry about walks anymore. So let's see. People involved in a model shoot or, a fashion shoot. The designer, the model, what else would there be, though? A catwalk and what else? And the collection of clothes. Would this be like fashion show related things? What else could there be? We've got envelope, crosswalk, and we still have fox and cat. That if I could find other things that start with animals, but I can't see bill, fire. None of these start with animals. All right, I'm gonna try it. It could be wrong though. Yeah, all right. Components of a fashion show. This is exactly what I thought. That's the easy one. All right, firewalk, foxtrot, billiard ball, envelope. Things that are striped: barber pole, crosswalk, billiard ball, and an envelope, striped. Oof, no, what is it? I guess credit cards have stripes, right? Hopefully that's it. Yeah, okay, well, I missed one, but commonly striped things. All right, firewalk, decanter, foxtrot, and envelope. What's the connection there? Because I'm sure this is wordplay here. Okay, you got walk, canter, trot, and lope. Lope. So it ends in horse speeds. You know what I mean? Walk, canter, trot, and lope. Kind of hard, though. That's the purple one. All right, I made one slight error, but overall, that was not too bad. Ending in horse gates. Gates, I should have said gates. All right, we got one left to do, and this is just me playing the Octurtle. This, you know what I mean? Sometimes this one kicks my ass because I'm going to do the hardest one right off the bat. All right, we have SCI, and then we know, that's all we know. SCI in the upper left. Interesting. It could be Scion, SCION, which is a word. Then we have what's probably DRA something. So it could be Drake is a thing. It could be, well, if it's D or something, Drake is pretty much the only thing it could be, right? I'm going to try it, Drake. I'm just going to suss. Maybe it's the right thing. See, I know what I'm doing here. All right, so that's good because it gave us the K, which is used in a bunch of other places here. We have a bunch of here, like we know there's an E to the left, and it ends probably in IST, or it's TEIS something, or ETIS. There can't be ETIS. I'm going to call this one exist, below on the right here. The X isn't used, but that's fine. That was an easy one. Now, this one here is going to be THA something K. So I'm pretty much sure this is going to be thank, right? It's not anything else it could be. And the N was very handy. We're doing pretty good. We got 8 of these words. We got 5 more to do. But so far, all of them have been good guess. Okay, this word, it starts with TA and has an N and an L in it. So, and it could be Talon with an O because we haven't used the O yet, because that's just hasn't shown up. Pretty much the only thing it could have been. And O was also very handy. We're doing very well. So this word here, it's going to be end in probably ARK. That's all we really know about it. Right? But also the R could start the word, in which case I can't think of any ways it could get there. So it's, yeah, ARK. It could be quark, QUARK. Believe it or not, I have a good feeling that it's quark, because what else can end in ARK? You know what I'm saying? And that gave us the U and the Q. All right, but I'm good at this game, by the way. I do this every freaking day for years. So yeah. Oh, by the way, I said that's probably Scion on the upper left, and I would have got that right from the bat, but we'll pick it up now. Okay, we got Scion, we got Drake, we got Exist. Now let's see. We should have a lot of clues on this one here. We know where the P and the E is. We know it starts with A because the A can't be in any of the position 2 or 4. And it could be Apple, right? It could be A. Oh, it could be Ample, AMPLE. Or Apple, APPLE. I don't like that. That's a 50-50. Or it could be it's either Apple or Ample, AMPLE, because we haven't used the M yet. All right, well, that's not good. But let's see if we can suss out what this word is here. We know all 5 letters, CHP with a U and an O. So it could be pouch, I believe, right? The P could go there, the O can go there, the U could go there, the C can go there. It's not going to help us, but I mean, okay, we have good news. 2 guesses. So if Ample is wrong, we're going to know it's Apple, but Ample was right, and we had an extra guess. So that was not only a win, that was a big win because I won with 1 extra guess unused. You can see here. We had 9 available guesses at that point, and I only needed 8 to get all 8 words. So I love this game. I mean, I don't know. I obviously playing it every day, you kind of memorize all the 5-letter words that it could be, and you kind of know a lot of things. Like a lot of people think, oh, maybe I'll try a plural word. There's no plural words. There's abyss because that ends in 2 S's. It's a singular word. Abyss is one thing. But I think words like sales, SALS, I think is not in there. Anyway, all right, so that was the big brain games. I'm going to take a short break. I'm going to reconfigure for the music department here, which will be Rocksmith. So that means no VOD for today, because there'll be copyright music being played. All right, I'm gonna run the mid-roll, and on the other side, I should have everything set up for Rocksmith bass. We'll see. There we go. Hi, Hobie Gal. You have the grandkids. Yeah, go check that out. Well, that sounds like fun. All right, let's get into this a little bit. Okay, got the bass. You can kind of hear that, right? You can't hear it, but that's fine. You will in a second. You don't hear any of that stuff until I move here. There we go. You're like distorted bass. All right, which is fine. I'm gonna check my tuning here. Enough. All right. So what should we play? I don't know. Something new. Basically, you can play anything you want. I like 20 Pilots. We did that recently. This is a really fun song though. And it's pretty easy too. I'm gonna do this one. Oh yeah, bass clef. I bet it is. And as a I learned treble clef or regular clef for piano, and it is different. I probably could do it because left hand, right hand for piano. I just effectively right. But I could try this. We can add the other notation and start doing it that way. But I'm pretty used to this. You get this great distortion.
I wish I found some better sounds no one's ever heard. I wish I had a better voice to sing some better words. I wish I found some chords in an order that is new. I wish I didn't have to rhyme every time I sang. I was told when I get older all my fears will shrink, but now I'm insecure and I care what people think. My name's Blurry Face and I care what you think. My name's Blurry Face and I care what you think. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. We're stressed out. Sometimes a certain smell would take me back to when I was young. How come I'm never able to identify where it's coming from? I'd make a candle out of it if I ever found it. Try to sell it, never sell out of it. I'd probably only sell one. It'd be to my brother, cause we have the same nose, same clothes, homegrown, a stone's throw from a creek we used to roam. But it would remind us of when nothing really mattered. I'd assume alone the treehouse home, we all would take the ladder. My name's Blurry Face and I care what you think. My name's Blurry Face and I care what you think. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. We used to play pretend, give each other different names. We would build a rocket ship and then we fly far away. Used to dream of outer space, but now they're laughing at our face, saying, wake up, you need to make money. Yeah, we used to play pretend, give each other different names. We would build a rocket ship and then we fly far away. Used to dream of outer space, but now they're laughing at our face, saying, wake up, you need to make money. Yeah. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out.
Used to play pretend, bunny. We used to play pretend, wake up, you need the money. Used to play pretend, bunny. Used to play pretend, wake up, you need the money. Used to play pretend, give each other different names. We would build a rocket ship and then we fly it far away. Used to dream about the space, but now they're laughing at our face, saying, wake up, you need to make money. Yeah.
It proves that not all songs are, all the good songs were written in the 80s and 90s, just most of them. It's a more recent song. Probably not my best, because I did pretty good the first time I did it. No. Made famous by 21 Pilots. It's not it's a remake. 2026 though? They have other good songs. Yeah, we did that one already. What about this one? Nah, I don't know about that one. I don't know about these guys. Good song. But that's really hard. Good songs. What are they rating this? What is the difficulty level? Novice. Really? That's probably slower than it sounds. Let's try it. Never tried it before. But I always do enjoy the old Offspring. They're not that old. I'm sure it's got to be bouncier than the last song. But maybe not.
Show me how to lie, you're getting better all the time. And turning all against one is an art that's hard to teach. Another clever word sets off an unsuspecting herd, and as you step back in the line, a mob jumps to their feet. Now dance, fucker, dance, man, he never had a chance, and no one even knew it was really only you, and now you steal away. Take him out today. Nice work you did. You're gonna go fuck it. With 1,000 eyes and a good disguise, hit 'em right between the eyes, hit 'em right between the eyes. When you walk away, nothing more to say. See the lightning in your eyes, see 'em running for their lives. Strolling out a line and drifting closer in your sight, so play it out, I'm wide awake. It's a scene about me. There's something in your way, and now someone is gonna pay. And if you can't get what you want, well, it's all because of me. Now dance, fucker, dance, man, I never had a chance, and no one even knew it was really only you. And now you lead the way, show the light of day. Nice work you did. You're gonna go fuck it. With 1,000 eyes and a good disguise, hit 'em right between the eyes, hit 'em right between the eyes. When you walk away, nothing more to say. See the lightning in your eyes, see you running for their Now dance, fucker, dance. He never had a chance, and no one even knew it was really only you. So dance, fucker, dance. I never had a chance, it was really only you. With 1,000 eyes and a good disguise, hit 'em right between the eyes, hit 'em right between the eyes. When you walk away, nothing more to say. See the lightning in your eyes, see you running a clever alibis, Lord of alibis. Hit 'em right between the eyes, hit 'em right between the eyes. When you walk away, nothing more to say. See the lightning in your eyes, see you running a their lives.
Tricky. Hey, first time through. First time I did. I bet if I played it again, I'd be up in the 90s percentage. Right.
Your mastery's
So
up.
many good songs.
Nice work.
97. Yeah, I'm probably doing better. That wasn't bad for the first run. I'm having a good old time. All right, see. Do some of the ones I've done before, right? Greatest hits. Oh, these are in the news. Interesting. What's the song?
I am yours now.
Oh, this is a good song, right? What are they calling this one? Proficient. I'm gonna try it. Proficient is definitely one level above what I normally am comfortable with. So I gotta tell you, this one will be much harder than that previous one. And that one had a lot of tough rhythms to it. So let's just see how we do here.
It's been 1 week since you looked at me. Cock your head to the side and said I'm angry. 5 days since you laughed at me, saying get that together, come back and see me. 3 days since the living room. I realized it's all my fault, but couldn't tell you. Yesterday you'd forgiven me, but it'll still be 2 days till I say I'm sorry.
Hold it now, I want to hoodwink. Does it make you stop think? You'll think you're looking at Aquaman. I summon fish to the dish, although I like the chalet sweets, I like the sushi, cause it's never touch a frying pan. Hot like wasabi when I bust rhymes, speak like Leanne rhymes, because I'm all about value. Bert Camper's got the mad hits. You try to match wits, you try to hold me but I bust through. Gonna make a break and take a fake out like a stinking naked chick. I like vanilla, it's the finest of the flavors. Gonna see the show cause then you'll know the vertigo is gonna go, cause it's so dangerous you'll have to sign a waiver. Can't I help it if I think you're funny when you're mad? Trying hard not to smile though I feel bad. I'm the kind of guy who laughs at a funeral. Can't understand what I mean, well you soon will. I have a tendency to wear my mind on my sleeve. I have a history of taking off my shirt.
It's been 1 week since you looked at me. Threw your arms in the air and said you're crazy. 5 days since you tackled me. I still got the red burns on both my knees. It's been 3 days since the afternoon. You realize it's not my fault, but a moment too soon. Yesterday you'd forgiven me, and now I'll sit back and wait till you say you're sorry.
Watching X-Files with no lights on, with all our Masons. I hope the smoky man's in this one like Harrison Ford. I'm getting frantic, like Sting and Fan Trick, like Stickers guaranteed to satisfy. Like Kurosawa, I make mad films. Okay, I don't make films, but if I did, they'd have a samurai. Gonna get a set of better clubs, gonna find the kind with tiny nubs, so my irons are always flying off the backswing. Gonna get into my Sailor Moon, cause the cartoonist got the boom anime babes that make me think the wrong thing. How can I help it if I think you're funny when you're mad? Trying hard not to smile, though I feel bad. I'm the kind of guy who laughs at a funeral. Can't understand what I mean, but you soon will. I have a tendency to wear my mind on my sleeve. I have a history of losing my shirt. It's been 1 week since you looked at me. Dropped your eyes to the sides and said I'm sorry. 5 days since I laughed at you and said you just did just what I thought you were gonna do. 3 days since the living room. We realized we're both to blame, but what could we do? Yesterday, you just smiled at me, cause it'll still be 2 days till we say we're sorry. It'll still be 2 days till we say we're sorry. It'll still be 2 days till we say we're sorry. Watch my stadium home of the Raleigh.
Really interesting. Super hard. Not super hard. There's way harder ones. But never tried before. First time through. Got a few of the notes. A great song. Very familiar with it.
New best master.
Well, that's because I first
You
tried it.
earned that one.
I don't know about that one. All right. Just see what they usually have. Some nice or organized by like the era. I guess that was a 90s song. Let's see. So I like the 90s. I like the 80s. So let's see what we got. We did this one right? This is a pretty easy one too. I remember. This one? Did we do this one? I don't think we did this one. What's the basic? E standard basic. We're gonna do some Oasis. So I love to do the old Wonderwall. This is their other song that everyone loves. I don't know if nobody loves it, but I should probably learn this one too. We'll try it on the bass for the first time. Oh, it's a great song, great bass line too.
Slip inside the eye of your mind. Don't you know you might find a better place to play? You said that you've never been, but all the things that you've seen slowly fade away. So I start a revolution from my bed. 'Cause you said the brains I had
Actually, Wonderwall's kind of song. All Oasis songs are a little overrated. They're a good band, but next time I know there's a little stuff at the end. I didn't do it. Fine. Well, that's good enough.
You achieved a
My
new
great
best mastery.
performance. Yeah, no, first time I
Solid
tried it.
progress.
I can't believe I got all those notes, actually. All right, so we got more in the 80s or 70s even. Cold as ice. Is that hard? Let's see, is that hard? I want to see if it's rated hard. Novice. E standard. We'll find it. Good song. I remember when this album came out at Licorice Pizza, $5 for Foreigner. We all bought it. Good album. That this was on, right? The whole album was great.
You're as cold as ice. You're willing to sacrifice our love.
Okay, I gotta get the dice of this.
You never take advice. Someday you'll pay the price. I know. I've seen it before. It happens all the time. You're closing the door. You leave the world behind. You're digging for gold. You're throwing away a fortune and feelings, but someday you'll pay. You're as cold as ice. You're willing to sacrifice our love. You want paradise, but someday you'll pay the price. I know. I've seen it before. It happens all the time. You're closing the door. You leave the world behind. You're digging for gold. You're throwing away a fortune and feelings, but someday you'll pay.
That's wrong. That's not there. Really complicated song.
You know that you are as cold as ice to me. You're as cold as ice. Cold as ice, I know. Yes, I know. You're as cold as ice. Cold as ice, I know. Oh, yes, I know. You're as cold as ice. Cold as ice, I know.
Tough.
Yes, I know.
Tough. I mean, even the novice tracks are really hard if you first time you do them. But yeah, that little bunch of little moves there that are repeated, and once you learn them, it makes the song a lot easier. That there's always a couple of different little moves.
Fantastic performance.
Still, see, I was more. That's it's what I expected. I want to play some more random songs, so we're gonna do it. What do we got on the '70s mixtape? What is that? Probably not so hard. But I bet that's really hard. Yeah, I tried playing that one time. It's really hard. What's the rating for this one? Advanced. I'm gonna try it. It's definitely got a lot of melodic, but a very melodic bass line, meaning it'll be hard. Stream suspended for polys, yeah. Hold on a second. Does that mean, by the way, hold on a second. Does that mean it's not even on, that would be on YouTube. I just want to see, does YouTube even does it actually stop showing my live? Because I thought they don't really care that much, but maybe they do. But you're watching on Twitch, and again, but you only watch it live. So I just want to see. Yeah, stream unavailable, suspended for policy violations. Sorry about that. It is what it is. Come over to, if you want to watch it, come on over to Twitch. It's the same account. But I think that's the first time it's happened because I did previous streams and it wasn't a problem on YouTube. So that might be a new thing. I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes. But yeah, no, you can't watch it. I'm dead on YouTube. I don't care that much. All right, let's restart this one. But I don't blame them. I mean, it is copyright music. Oops. What? Okay, no, it's going again. I think my stream is actually going again.
I can see her lying back in her satin dress in a room where you do
They'll probably go off
what you
again.
don't confess. Sundown, you better take care if I find you've been creeping round my back stairs. Sundown, you better take care if I find you've been creeping round my back stairs. She's been looking like a queen in a sailor's dream, and she don't always say what she really means. Sometimes I think it's a shame when I get feeling better when I'm feeling no pain. Sometimes I think it's a shame when I get feeling better when I'm feeling no pain. I can picture every move that a man could make. Getting lost in her loving is your first mistake. Sundown, you better take care if I find you've been creeping round my back stairs. Sometimes I think it's a sin when I feel like I'm winning when I'm losing again. I can see her looking fast in her faded jeans. She's a hard-loving woman, got me feeling mean. Sometimes I think it's a shame when I get feeling better when I'm feeling no pain. Sundown, you better take care if I find you've been creeping round my back stairs. Sundown, you better take care if I find you've been creeping round my back stairs. Sometimes I think it's a sin when I feel like I'm winning when I'm losing again.
Anyway, hard. All right. Well, anyway, maybe we'll kill the. Maybe we'll just. That was enough music. I'm gonna do one more. It doesn't matter. What's gonna happen, by the way, is it'll stay suspended on YouTube. until I do Lego, and it'll start going again. You know what I mean? As soon as it detects that I'm not doing music anymore, it'll probably start just going in. So I don't really care. I mean, also I don't really care. But yeah, this is going to happen for the Rocksmith performances because it's copyright music. This is a hard one. This is probably real hard. Yeah, expert. I don't think I want to attempt anything expert. Novice. E standard. Great song. One of my favorite songs. Let's try it. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. When I play live music and I perform it myself, even when it's covers, yeah, nobody's got a problem with it. But these, they do, yeah. I think I've done this one time.
I am an old woman named after my mother. My old man is another child that's grown old. If dreams were thunder and lightning was desire, this old house would have burnt down at a long time ago. Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to. To believe in this living is just a hard way to go. When I was a young girl, well, I had me a cowboy. There weren't much to look at, just a free rambling man. But that was a long time, and no matter how I tried, those years just flow by like a broken down dam. Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to. To believe in this living is just a hard way to go.
That was wrong.
There's flies in the kitchen. I can hear them, they're buzzing. And I ain't done nothing since I woke up today. How the hell can a person go to work in the morning and come home in the evening and have nothing to say? Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to. To believe in this living is just a hard way to go. To believe in this living is just a hard way to go.
Anyway, that's probably enough Rocksmith. I'm going to be streaming a lot more because I'm doing a Lego session. And that will be allowed. It will actually, it'll actually detect that there's no more copyrighted music, and it will.
Way to go.
Okay, well, I'll show you again. Oh, that's YouTube. Twitch doesn't interrupt the live performance, but they prevent the VOD from being saved. That's fine, because I'm never gonna watch again. But previously on YouTube, I watched the VODs of me playing Rocksmith Plus. This is the same game, and there was no attempt to censor it. So this is kind of new. It might be that they invented this technology specifically because I started doing this Rocksmith on YouTube. And they're like, copyrights. So you never know. I might have caused them to update their technology to dynamically shut down people who are playing music. Although I feel like it's not me. It's just somehow I'm being detected now, whereas I wasn't previously. All right, that's fine. We're gonna get out of this. We're gonna exit here. Yeah, stupid background music. So you cannot turn off. There's a bunch of bugs in this game. Okay, quit that. I'm gonna come to here for a second here. All right, so that was fun. I had a great time. We got some streaming to do. Let me just put this down here real quick. Cat's in the way. Cat might want to help. Might want to help tonight. All right. So I'm going to reconfigure. Well, first I'm going to go into the correct category. It doesn't affect anything in particular. But I'm going to go into Lego and brick building. Lego and brick building category. Hello. Lego and brick building. It takes forever. I have to do it twice. You always have to do it twice in OBS to change your category dynamically. I don't know why they won't fix that. Okay, Lego and brick building. So I'm going to move. I'm going to set up. I'm going to do some camera switching here. So I'm going to use this camera to show my Lego. So it'll just be kind of me and my legs. Okay. That's probably about right there. Okay, good. I'm going to get this cable out of the way. And then I move this down so that I can still, you can still hear me, kind of, although not that easily. But you will be in a second. All right, so we're going to switch to, yeah, there you go. Nope, secondary. There we go. Perfecto. All righty, so there we go. It's going to show this area here. Blah, blah, blah. You see the cat's tail. There's a cat tail right there. All right, let's get to some Lego building here. First, where do I put my little fingers to open up? Here they go. You're supposed to like open this here. I don't need to keep the box. I'm not one of those people who keeps the boxes. Okay, we got the new paper style. Not clear ones, but they have clear numbers on them. I assume we're going to need at least 1, 2, and 3 today. There's 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 over there. 1, 2, and 3. So let's get those ready to go. And it looks like we can either, there's one for the main one guy and one for the other guy. Okay, this guy is going to use 1 through 4 probably, right? Yeah, 1 through 4. Maybe we'll build, we'll have plenty of time. We're going to build this one. We're going to build the actual Wall-E. So we're going to need 1, 2, 3, and 4. Put 5, 6, and 7 back in the bag. And let's get started. Yay, building some Lego. By the way, I may not really be able to chat too much. Oh no, I know how to do this. I keep forgetting. I have a way of chatting, at least on Twitch, which is I use my iPad to monitor my stream. It's right here. I'll take my iPad out. I can monitor my stream. And should anyone try it now, this only works on Twitch. It does not work on YouTube. Let me just bring up my own little channel here. Make sure I'm not got audio on. Actually, can you hear me? Check one. Am I muted? No, you can kind of hear me. It's low, but you can kind of hear me. That's fine. All right. So should somebody chat on Twitch, I might see it, but not YouTube. Doesn't matter. All right, these are the little pieces. I haven't built some Lego in a while, so I'm kind of excited. And I always enjoy it. And again, this is considered an 18 plus kit. It's a little harder to open these than the plastic ones, I think. Plus, anyway, that's fine. Spread these out. All right. Show the thing. Builder app. Okay, we get one of these. Yay, I've got 900,000 of those now. All right, so we're going to build something here. We're going to need one of these. One of these. There we go. The first thing has connected with the first thing. And then we need one of, let's see, this piece here, right? And it's going to go here to make this shape here. Alrighty. Now we need one piece. That's going to look like what exactly? Kind of a like this, I believe. Yep. Right, on both sides. So that will fit there like that. Very nice. Okay, so now we're going to need a black 1 by 1, right? And this is dark gray. This is dark gray 1 by 1. This guy here. And something else that's kind of small and angular. Is this the right looking piece, though? Yeah, it is the right looking piece. All right, so that piece apparently is going to go there. This piece apparently going to go here, and this piece is going to go on top of it. Make this shape here. Very good. All right, so now we need one of these, a 3 by 1. That's gray. Let's see if we can find a 3 by 1, or is it not gray? Yeah, it's this color. And a round flat cap like that, I believe, but not one that has something on it, right? There's ones that have pre-printed some things. And I don't think, maybe it is one of the pre-printed ones. Oh, it is. Okay, so that's right. So that goes there. This goes here, and then it's a pre-printed little thing. I'm not sure what it is. And that's it. Kind of like this. And that shape looks pretty good. All right, now we're gonna need a bunch of things. I'm gonna need one of these, one of these. Cat's looking at me like I'm crazy. One of these, a 3 by 3. This weird looking piece here might be a little hard to find, but I think it's this. It's not that one. It's the analog. It's the mate of that piece. It goes the other way. So this one here, I think, is that piece, but we'll see. Okay, so start with the 3 by 3, and this piece goes on it like that. Very nice. This piece is going to go, yep, that is the right piece. Goes there. This piece is an angle on that. Yep, that's exactly how that's going to go. Then this piece like that, and then another one of those little pre-printed guys there, right? Okay, and that's gonna go like that. Okay, so now we've made that shape, perfecto. All right, another one of these, another one of these, presumably this guy, another one of these, and another one of these. Easy to find all these pieces. Okay, so, and yeah, another one of these 3 by 3s. Well, this we need 2 of these 3 by 3s, so it's going to be a thicker one. So let's put them together. And then let's see, holding it like this. This angle goes here. This angle goes there. This little dude goes here. That bracket there, there's just a really cool, interesting little shape there. It's going to go there. And then this is going to go there to make that shape there. And so that's going to go, okay, on this side, right? Facing like that. Right, to make that shape there. Yep, perfecto. That's exactly what we needed. We're almost done with it. It's not the main thing. All right, I guess that's actually complete. This is a little block that he kind of stores, transports. So now we're going to start building the actual Wall-E figure. So we first take this 6x6er, and 2 black wedges. With 1, 2. And let's see, the wedges are going to go like that. Wedge is going to go like that. Okay, we're going to need this piece here, and that's going to go there. Right? That piece is going to go there, and then we need 2 of these. So one's there, and one is here to make this shape there in 3. Okay, step 3 is done. Step 4, we're gonna need this flat cover and 2 these and 2 of what are those? I think it's these guys here. Perfect. Okay, so this flat cover goes here, sticks out a little bit. These guys go here and here. And we got these little dealios here. It's going to go there and there to make that shape there. Okay, so now we're going to need 4 of these. 1, 2, 3. And where's the 4th one? 4 of these. Perfecto. And they're going to go how? I think they go like that. And that. So they stick out a little bit. That and that, I think. Let's see if that looks right. You know what? It does look right. Okay, so now we're going to need 2 of these. These are, at least these are easy. All the pieces so far have been easy to find. I think we're going to build up that one on that side and this one on this side. Okay, now we need 2 of these. And they're going to go facing forward. There and here. Like that. Okay, the chassis of Wally's coming along. All right, so we take a 1 by 6, and 2 of these things, I think. Right, 1 of these and 1 of these, and they're gonna go. These are going the bottom, I believe. Okay. All right, so let's see. We've already got a red dowel. Here it is. We need 1 of those. We need 2 of these guys. So there's 2 of those. A red dowel. We need this kind of gripper here, and 2 of these 2x1 blocks that have the thingies in them, the dowel thingies in them. Okay, perfect. So we start with the dowel. We put the gripper on the middle. We put the yellow thingies on both sides. Hello. Perfecto. 1 on one side, 1 on the other side. Make sure it's pretty balanced, right? Okay. And then these guys are going to go right there, right here and here. And that, I believe. Make this shape. Yes. Okay. And that's going to go here. All right, so that thing is right there in the proper position. Let's move along to the next steps. We got 4 bags to go, or 3 after this one's done, so quite a bit of Lego. I'll probably take a little step up break. But this is going pretty quickly so far. Okay, this one's here, facing inwards. There we go. Facing inwards, right? Like that. Like that shape. Perfect. And then we need 2 of these. 1, 2. And they're going to go on top like that. Like that. Oops. That's good. Okay. Perfecto. Oh, yeah. Leave that one open. still looking like the picture. Okay, now we need 2. 1, 2. And they're gonna go facing like that, right? One's facing that way. These have a definite facing. But that's how it's supposed to look in the picture. Right? Yes. Alright, so now 2 of these slightly taller guys are right here. And they're also going to go on top. Perfect. Like that. Perfecto. And we need 2 more of these guys. Everything's right in that where it's supposed to be. That goes on top there. This goes on top here. Okay, so we've used all the pieces. All right, now, these bags are going pretty quickly. We need 4 of these angles, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And 2 of these 1 by 2s, 1 by 3s. So there we go. So that's gonna go, let's see, this angle goes here. Then the 3 by 2, this angle is gonna go here. 3 by 1, there's a 3 by 1. These angles are gonna go here and here. Just build up them walls. Very nice. All right, so that's the step here, right? Perfect. Exactly like it's supposed to look. Very nice. Okay, 17. We're gonna need 1 of these and 2 of these guys. So there's 1 here and another here. Perfect. All right, and they're gonna go. Let's see. Facing kind of that way, right? There we go. Like that one's going to face this way. And then this guy's going to face kind of, obviously going to face like that, I think. Symmetrical. All right, this is the piece that goes in between them. And it's facing out. It's got a facing as well. But I believe it has to face this way. Yeah, I don't think it's going the other way. Okay, perfect. All right, so now we need 1 of these, and that's going to go on top of this guy here. We're still pretty much looking like the pictures. Very good. Okay, now we have this guy. Where's he going to go? Okay, he wants to go here. Which is, yep, that's where it shows it going. Step 19. Okay, now we're going to make a sub-assembly, so we'll put this down. All right, so this, 1 of these, I assume this is a black, yeah, the black axle guy. It goes into this hole on the right. And then we have these guys here. So let's see, we have this, and it has to be in this middle. Like that, to make this shape, I believe. Yes. Okay. That, what the heck is this piece? Is it this guy? I kind of think it is. Yeah. So that goes there. And then there's another of these guys. He's going to go on the top. This is where it gets 18 plus, so you have to be a little tricky. But I believe, let's just double check. That is the shape that we're looking at for right there. Yeah. So that's what sub assemblies to do. All right, so there's this guy we're going to need, and this guy, and 2 of these guys. Perfect. Everything we need. Okay, so wait. So start with this thing. Put this on one side. And then put it through, I think, here. On that side. And then another one here to make, I believe, that shape there. Very nice. And how is that going to go on? I think it goes on through like, kind of think this is right. But it does look a lot like the picture. think it is. Right, okay. So it just wants us to put the other one of these guys on the other side. Yeah, this needs to move out a little bit here. There we go. And then it should squeeze on that side. That. And it still moves. I think that's right. Yeah. Okay. Great. So now it wants us to snap something in. I mean, I assume it's. Okay, it shows this. Well, I guess it shows this like that. So in other words, this has to snap in like that. Got it. Okay. I heard the snap, and it is snapped in. It looks exactly like the picture. I think we're doing good, actually. All right, so this is going to go here. Then we have one of these and two of these. And one of them is going to, this is going to go there. And these are going to go facing out. Oh, good to know. Not facing front. Facing out to make this shape here. Yep, that's it. Okay, two of these. We're using these bright colored pieces finally. All right, so it's facing this way. So this one's going to go like that. And this one's going to go like that. Make that shape. Perfect. And then we have two of these. Two of these. Oops, pieces. Okay, so first, I want to kind of mate these together. So this one mates onto that like that. Perfect. So and then one of these is going to go here. And one of these is going to go here. That, I believe. Is that right? Still looking like the picture. Yeah, it does. Okay. Then we have 5 more of these, which is what we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. And they're going to go all along the outside. 1. Right. 2. And, well, 3. 4. And I guess this one goes like that, make the picture. Okay, it still moves a bit. Perfect. Some kind of motion there. Does look like the picture. Okay, we've got the caps to install. Let's install the covers. Okay, so the long cover is going to go here. The other long cover is going to go there. The 3 cover is going to go, or the 4 is going to go there, and then the 2 is going to go in here. Beautiful. Perfections. Love it. Okay, put some extra pieces. Let's go right into bag 2. I want to finish all 4 of these bags. And actually make this. It's just half the thing. But at least we have to complete something. And I think we can do it. Make sure there's nothing left in there. Very good. Now let's do the small pieces over here. Make sure there's nothing stuck in there. The small pieces. Very good. Okay. Alright. So now let's break these out a bit. We got more pieces in this one. There's the small pieces. Okay. Very nice. Okay. So we're going to need a good old 1x2 and 3 of these orange 1x2s that have a single top. Right? Where are those guys going to be? They'll probably be in here. They're definitely going to be in here. So 1. How many of them do we need? 1, 2, 3. Perfection. Okay. All right, so I'm going to turn this so it's like heading like that. And then So this piece goes, I'm going to say goes here, like that, and then these are going to go next to it, going up the side. 1, 2, 3, and that, yep, that lines up exactly correctly. Okay, so now we're going to need how many of these little curve? We got 2 of these guys. 1, 2, and 3 just flats. There they are. 1, 2, 3. Okay. They're going to go. Let's see. The flat one goes here. The flat one's going to go here. Flat one's going to go here. And then these are going to go like this. This. Make that shape there. Very good. Very nice. Very nice. Alrighty. Now, okay, we're gonna need the pieces. What are we gonna need here? 3x1. But what color? I think it might be this color. I don't see how too many 3x1. So we got some I don't know if we have a decal. It's sort of pre-made, which is nicer than the decals. Okay, I don't see 3x1 of any other color. I think that's the right color. That's just not the issue with these things. They print them on gray, so the colors get a little weird. All right, so I have one of these, and then one of these guys. Okay, so we start with this piece here. We put blacked out. Those are symmetrical. Doesn't matter. We put this piece on like that. Step 3, we put that piece under. Very nice. And that to make that shape, and then that shape is going to go here. Saw. Perfecto. Alright, so now we need another one of those 3x1s. Here it is. And this tie piece here. And another one of these. And another one of these. Okay, so this piece goes in this side on this one. And that piece is going to go that way. And then this piece goes underneath it. And that's going to go here. This way. Perfecto. Very nice. Still looks exactly like it's supposed to, I think. Alright, so now we're going to need one of these and one of these, right? That's what we need. So this goes here, and that's going to go here. Perfect. Now we need 2 of these. What are those like? It's these. So there's one of them, and here's another one, 2 of those. Okay, and those are going to go next to this piece here on the side with the bumps on that side to make that perfections. Still looks a lot like the picture. All right, we're going to do a 1x6 and 2 of these gripper sides, right? Here's one, and where's the other? Here's the other, and 2 of these. 1, 2. Very nice. Okay. So here, let's see. First, these are going to go on the bottom of this piece like that. Right? Bottom of that piece like that. And then these are going to go on the bottom of this piece. I guess just like that and this. Like that. Make that shape. Yep. Perfect. And that's going to go here. There. Yep. Okay, so we're gonna need 2 of, let's see, I believe these pieces, right? Yes, and one kind of longer, but also similarly kind of shaped, much bigger piece. Should be hard to find. Here it is. Should be hard to find, not too bad. All right, so that's going to be, I guess, like this. There, perfect. And then this one's going to go here. And this one's going to go here. Beauty. Like that. Make that shape there, or that shape there. For step 40. Step 41. Okay, we're going to need 2 of these. We're going to need both of these. And we're gonna need the little wrench dudes. Here's the little wrenchy guys. Perfect. Okay. So we're gonna assemble this onto the wrench. And then put this guy on it. Like that, effectively, I believe. No, but turn it like that. Perfect. Okay, this guy goes on the wrench. And then this guy, let's see, holding, goes like that. Perfecto, I think. Where are they gonna go? I think they go like this and this, like they clip onto these things like that, hopefully. Make that picture. Okay, yeah. Perfect. Yep, that's exactly what it's supposed to look. All right, so it's a little confusion there, but we're moving on. All right, one of these, a 1x4, longer one. There it is. And one of these kind of angles. Okay. So this angle, okay, wait a minute. Wants us to turn it around, I think. Yeah, so it's this orientation here. Right? Yeah, perfect. So this angle piece is going to go here. Then the 4x1 goes here, and the 2x1 goes here, like that. Yep. Alrighty. Gonna make a little sub-assembly here. Alright, so we're gonna need this piece, this piece, and this guy here. Okay. So we take this piece, and this piece should go into it like that. Right? Yeah, it does. And then this slides onto here, like that. And then this piece slides into there. And yeah, and it moves. It's kind of movement to it. And we gotta figure out where this one's gonna go. Oof. What is this anchoring to? I think it's anchoring to this here. Yeah. Yep, another little slightly tricky step. That's why it's an 18 plus, 1. Okay, but that's what you do. It has some movement here. It can move like that or move out like that. Kind of move through this little area here. I think that's how it's intended to work. So let's figure. Hopefully, let's keep moving on here. Usually, that's how we find out. Okay, if we have to redo. I never had to actually tear apart and rebuild one of these things. I mean, the only time, when I dropped the love, I've had to rebuild the love Lego a couple times. Let's say. Because that goes there, and that goes there. Those are the right pieces. We need 2 of these step-size pieces. And there's one's going to go here, and one of them's going to go here, right, to make this shape here. That's what it looks like. Perfect. Right, then we have this piece here, and that's going to go there. And then we need 2 of these. 1, 2, and 1 of these. Perfect. These are going to go on the top. This one, 1, 2. And then this is going to go. Oh, how's this going to go? Under here. Like that. Perfect. Very nice. Step 48. We need 2 3x1s. There they are. And they're kind of go like here and here. Very nice. And then we need 3 of these guys. There's 1, 2, and 3. painted guys here. And they're going to go next to each other in this direction, orientation like that. To make that shape. Perfection. Okay, 1, 2 by 4, 2. That's going to go under, I'm guessing. And now we have 2 more of these stepper guys. Fine, there's one, here's the other. And they're going to go like that. And like that. Right, to make that shape. Yep, we got it. Okay, now we got Wally here. And he's going to go there. Wally, perfect. Okay, yeah, now we need, here's a couple of these hinges. There's one hinge, there's another hinge. So the hinge is going to go, okay, hold Wally like this. The hinge is at the bottom, right? No, the hinge is at the, yeah, so the hinge is there. Right, hinge is there. Very nice. Okay. Now we need a wedge. A small wedge. And one of these guys. Perfect. So where's the wedge is going to go? Facing which way? Facing up. Like that. And then this tie goes there. Okay, so we still got that shape. Perfection. Yeah, this thing is definitely hinged. All right, so we want, it's also, okay, so we're going to reorient this kind of like this. And we'll start, we'll put, okay, which way, okay, I think it just basically wants us to put this like that. So it'll be hinged on that side, perfection. Right, and yeah, it shows that's the right orientation, very nice. All right, so now here's the second hinge. And put the other hinge on the other side. Let's see, how does it go? Oh, yeah, like this. Okay, so it's still hinged and it works. Beautiful. And you can store his little cargo thingy in there. It's right in there perfectly. But we're going to put that in there. Okay. All right. We're building a sub-assembly here. Okay, we're gonna need one of these and one of these. And I guess this is just gonna go on top of it. And we need this guy, and that's gonna go here, like that kind of shape, I believe. Yes, and then we have one of this guy and this guy. So this guy goes this way, and this color, different colors, same shape. That's interesting, right? That, okay, we're gonna use a 3x3 and it's gonna go there. 3 there, 60 is done, still looks like it's supposed to. All right, we're gonna need one of these. And that's a little 2 by one of these, a little 2 by 1 there, perfect show. Okay, turn this upside down, it's facing this way. So this, well, facing that way. So this one they want us to put in like that. And this one they want us to put where? I think in here. Like there. Okay, perfect. And then we have another angle unit like that, right? And that, but that's gonna go kind of like this. Sticking out. Yep. Alright, so we take this piece here and keeping it like this upside down. I think it's gonna go, yep, like that. Slightly offset. Perfect. All right, we have 2 of those corner guys right here. Turn this like that. And yeah, cool. One's gonna go like here. And one's gonna go like here. Make that shape there. 64. Camera a little bit. Okay, 64 has resulted in this piece here. 65, we're gonna need this. That piece is gonna go here. All right, yellow piece slightly on the gray. All right, we're gonna need another one of those. That's gonna go here. And this piece is gonna go here. Perfect. Now we need one of these. It's the opposite one. It's this one, right? This one here. That's the piece. That's gonna go here. boy. All right, so that's gonna go. This is where it's gonna get a little tricky. Because I think it's like here. This moves. So I'll see if that it shows the right pieces. Right? No, I think I did it one. No, I think I did it one too far. I think it's supposed to go back a little bit. Well, this is the tricky part. All right, that's right. Which piece? Where does this go? Oh yeah, this piece is part of this. Right? Okay. Oh, okay, got it. Oh, okay. No, I had it right. It was right the first time. I had it right the correct. It was correct. Because that's okay. There's this thing there, and this should be like that. I think that's the right position for it to be in. That shows these correct. Yeah, that looks good. And oh yeah, this thing, these should line up here. Yes. Okay, fine. All right, let's move along. One of these, and that's gonna go. Okay, we're gonna pull this up. Where do they want to put these? I guess one of these pieces goes here. And then where do they want? This little piece is going to go down, just down in here. Fill that little area there. Like that shape. So looks good so far. Okay, now what are these pieces here? One of these. Okay, here it is. And two of these. Perfect. All right, that's all we need. So, okay, so we're going to make a little covering shape here. I think we're just going to actually just put that there. This one here, and then this one here. Yep, all fits together just like it's supposed to. Pretty sure. Very nice. All right, so now we're going to build that other arm thingy. All right, so we need this. We're going to need this. Okay, and this one goes in at the end like that. And then we need one of these. All right, so this is going to go on the bottom here, I believe. And that piece goes there. And then this guy, now here, that's where my little tricky. I'm thinking he'll go here. Like that. Just want to make sure that looks like the picture where this guy goes, as much as I can see the picture. Okay. All right, I want us to turn this around so it's facing this way. All right, so we need an angle bracket. We need a 4x1 here and a 2x1 here. Perfect. All right, so this angle bracket's going to go here. Right. Yep. And then the 2x1 goes in there. And this 4x1 goes next to it over there to make this shape. All right, we're still in the right area here, I believe. Very good. All right, now we're going to be constructing. We're going to need that. We're going to need that. We're going to need this. And we're going to need that. Okay, that's what we make here. All right, so start with this facing this direction. And insert that ball guy into there like that. Then this cover goes on like this. And then this goes in, if this is sideways, because it doesn't like that, because it doesn't turn. If you don't do it right, it's going to get messed up. But it goes in and out. Okay. And then so this strut is going to go here. Like that. Okay. Symmetrical, that's right. Okay, now we gotta build the other side of this thing. Right? All right. One of these, one of these. This goes on top. This guy here goes kind of in front, like that. Perfect. One of these and one of these. It's always easier when we get near the end and all the parts are readily available. With a bag. Got two more bags to go. This is gonna be going for a while. I'm having a great ass time though, you know what I mean? All right, this is gonna go here to make a square. Like that, right? Colors are correct. Okay, one of these. And then yet another 2x1. All right, turn this over, facing that way. This 2x1 goes here, and this little dude here goes here, like that, to make that shape. Now we need an angle bracket, like this. And that's just gonna sit here and stick out a little bit like that. Perfect. All right, we got this guy here. That's gonna go like that. Turn it around. We got two of these. One is gonna go there. One's gonna go here. Right, to make that shape there. We're doing pretty good, I think. Yep, looks exactly right. All right, one of these is gonna go there. Yep. And we need one of these and one of these. So this is gonna go like that. This is gonna go like that. This is gonna go like this. See, okay, holding it like this. This is gonna go like that. Perfect. And that's gonna go also in here. Like that. Okay, very symmetrical. Again, these things move through a certain range, which is kind of cool. Like this right angle range, which I think will be kind of cool for movement. All right. We have one of these and one of these. Where's it gonna go? Okay, one of them is gonna go here. And then this is gonna go below it, right there. Right, we still have to be able to open and close the little hinged thing there, which we can. I think we're gonna need one more there. It's gonna go next to it. And that little wedge we're gonna put in there now. There's another wedge. There. Perfect. So looks like that picture. Okay, we got one of these and two of these. And they're gonna go on the top. So one here, and then this in between. That thing there. Perfecto. All right, one of these, one of these. All right, this is gonna go on the bottom of there. And then this is gonna go here. Very nice. And this is gonna go here. A little tricky to exactly place this one. Yeah, I got it. That's the exact placement. On the other side, right? It looks correct on this picture too. Yeah, both of these should be exposed. Perfect. It's looking very symmetrical, so I'm gonna guess that it's probably correct. All right, we're running down to the last bits of the bag here, but we got two more bags to go. We're gonna start with this. This, oof. I guess it just goes like that. Weird. And then these go on the sides, right? Make that shape. And then this guy, which has a weird thing on it, he wants to put it this way, I imagine. Decals. I like the we don't have to put the decals on. Let's see. These are kind of the bed things. In this, I don't think they're beds here. Okay, once it goes each side like that. And then this is gonna go on the Wally front. So it goes here. It's still open and close the. Yeah, perfect. All right. Bag number 3. Put the extras there. Pieces stuck in there. All right. Bag number 3 has a bunch of small pieces. This should be fun. I think we're going to be doing some tracks or something. But it should be fun. I'm having a grand ass time. Super long stream, right? How long are we going so far? I might not be able to complete. I might only be able to go through bag 3. How long are we going for now? Yeah, 2 hours and 40 minutes. Nobody's here, but that's fine. I mean, I don't care. But I kind of like to cut it at 3 hours. So I think we'll do bag 3. You know, we can always complete them. We'll complete the next. Yeah, here's all the tracks. We're building these tracks. Yeah, I was wondering whether they're going to be individual tracks or if like one pre-built tracks for the tracks, the treads, or you build them yourself. I think the answer is you build them yourself. Let's just do this. Okay, so what we're going to need is this and this. That's going to go right in the middle, looks like. Perfect. Then we're going to need 2 of, I think, these pieces. One is there. And, right, this piece is with a curve, right? Like that. Yeah, we're going to need 2 of these, so. One's going to go like that. And the other's going to go when I find it. That. That. Make that shape. All right, then we need this guy. We need 2 of these steppers. Here they go. Okay, they're going to have to work like that, I think. And that. To make this shape. Is that right? It's looking pretty good. Okay, moving along. 4 of these guys. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 is always the hard one to find. Here it is. Okay, so they're gonna go like 1, 2, 3, and 4. Right. Make that shape there. Perfect. All right. So 2 of these. One is going to go here. And the other is going to go here. Make that shape. Still looking pretty good. Okay, then this big black guy. 8 by 2. Top of those guys. Keep moving. Okay, now we need 4 of these guys. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. These are all the same piece. Yes. Okay. So, and they go on kind of symmetrically. 1 here. 1 here. 1 here. Well, you want your treat soon? Well, wants it. Well, gets an afternoon treat. Gets a pearly treat. And it's late, so he's wondering where his treat is. You'll get your treat soon, Mo. They'll get to you right away. I'll give you some. What do we need for these? It's these guys here. I think, well, I'm not 100% sure what these pieces are. I have to take a look here. I thought it was these guys. Oh, it is these guys. Perfect. All right, so turn it over. That's important. And these guys are going to go over here. Yeah, I'm going to have to take a short break to feed the cat and to stretch my legs because they're starting to get cramped up. I'll just do step 99 and then I'm going to take a short break. I'm not going to, put on music on or anything like that. All right, so this is going to be facing, okay, with wall E at the top. So this is effectively looking at the bottom of it. So this is kind of a mount, undercarriage mount. where's it gonna go? I mean, to my eyes, it looks like it goes here. Right, so that this should line up at the top of this piece here. And it fits there. Okay, give me a minute. I gotta stretch my legs. And then it is what it is. I'll be back literally a minute or two. I got some Diet Coke I want. Oh yeah, stiff. Those are some stiff legs. All right, Mo, you're gonna get a treat. You're a good kitty. You're gonna wait long enough. Here, Mo. I got you. Roger. Monkey. Come on, big boy. Come on, big cat. Come on, you big cat. There you go. All right. That's enough leg stretching. But yeah, we'll finish this one bag. I don't think we'll finish the whole thing. There's plenty of time. I'll do it tomorrow. Plenty of time tomorrow. I don't have anything going on. All right. Step 100. All right, so I need one of these. These are all the same. And a blue guy. All right, so facing this way, this goes into here, I believe, like that. Yes. Okay, another one of these guys. And it's going to go kind of, I think, on the bottom. Like that. Right, to make that shape. All right, so we need one of these and one of these. How's that going to work here? Okay, so this guy's going to go in here. Popping out like that. Perfect. And then this guy goes in this hole. There's a bunch of different permutations here, so you don't want to get them wrong. I think that's right. No, that's right. I think it sticks a little further. Okay. Now we're going to need this guy. Is that the right guy? That's the right guy. All right, so holding it with the blue at the top and that at the bottom, it goes right in the middle, right? On the black guy there. So that is correct. 3 on each side, empty on each side. Perfect. All right, so now we're going to need these items and these items. Perfect. All right, so first we're going to put these on before we do anything else. And then they're going to go into these. Where? It looks like here and here. And that. So they should stick out the back. Boy, it looks exactly like it's supposed to. Alrighty. Now we're going to need, what the heck is this piece? One of them, whatever it is. I think it's this guy? Yeah, it's this guy. Alright, so he's going to go on these pieces, like that. Perfect. Alright, now we got some weird pieces. We got a tire, a hub, and a white axle thingy. So, needless to say, the tire goes on the hub. Perfect. And the axle guy goes right through like that. No. Goes in the top like this. Like that. To make that shape. Perfect. Alright, and then this guy is going to go. Right, if I'm holding it this way through here. Okay, so there's one of those. These are bogies, you know, that's what you keep the. Alright, so this guy's going to go here. Like that, right? And then one of these guys here has to go on top of that. Alrighty, so everything spins, it's all good. It's all in the correct positions. Yes, it is. Okay, perfect. Moving on. Now we need another hub and wheel. There's the wheel. Oh, this is the wheel. This is the big wheels in the hub. And this wheel, there's a big and a small wheel. And then this guy's gonna go in here. Like that, and then these are gonna go on the other side. And then another one of these, right? Oh, no, it's a little different. This guy. And this guy, right? With a little hole in it. Yeah. So this guy goes on top of that, right? And this guy goes in here. Like that, to make that shape. They're not quite symmetrical. But I think that's right. Oh, no, I was wrong. This wheel isn't the big wheel, it's the small wheel. They're different size wheels. Okay. All right, but I figured it out. There are two different wheel sizes, and this is the big one. The big one's right for the front, but I need a small one for the back. Okay, so let's just do right. Okay. So, that's right there. Okay, got that. So this is the small wheel, and where's the small hub? Which I think, is it this? Is that the small hub? It kind of fits, right? Look at these pieces close. Yep, I think that's right. Okay, the small wheel, and then this is gonna go in here like that to make that. Yeah, so it's the small wheel that goes on the other side of that thing. Yeah, we fucked up. We did it the wrong way. Oh, but at least now I got it right. Yeah, that's the big wheel in the front, the small wheel in the back, or whatever. The other way around. Still okay. Perfect. Got it. Got it. We got it down. All right, we're gonna need this. We're gonna need this. We're gonna need this. We're gonna need 3 of, I think, these. One. And 1 of these. Okay, we got all the pieces we need. So what are we gonna build here? Start here. Put this in that way. Put this one in this way, I think, right? Like that. Perfect. This one goes on this side. Like that. And then, oh yeah, no, the 3 things we need are these guys here. These rollers. Got it. So 1 roller goes here, 1 roller goes here, 1 roller goes here. And then that's getting mounted to our truck here. On the blue thing, like that, right? Get that shape there. Perfecto. Yeah, this is a very complicated build. I love it. All right, so now we're gonna build the tracks. So we gotta count them because there's 2 sets of tracks and each one takes exactly 28. So we're gonna 1, 2, 3, and it has to be the exact right size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do them in 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 25, and then we need 28, so 3 more. All right, so this is 28 right here. All right, so now we got to build our tread. Let's build the tread. Okay, so how does it show us doing that, by the way? I want to see, make sure I'm doing it the right way. It shows these kind of things facing down. I guess you just kind of hold them symmetrically, right? And they should grip onto each other, right? Okay, yeah, got it. All right, well, this is just going to take a little while. But I guess once you get into the rhythm of it, it's not so bad. I kind of think it's cool that they don't give you pre-built tank tracks. I've definitely never built anything that's kind of like this. Gotta do 28 of these. But they do kind of, you know, they snap in, so you kind of know when you got it. I think I'd probably get these done pretty quickly if I was knew what I was doing. Very easy, really. Get the rhythm going here. Kind of satisfying. Hope they give you an extra one in case you break one of these. They're a little delicate, but they probably do. Almost done. Can you even see what I'm doing? You probably can't. Maybe the camera a little like this way, maybe you could. Anyway, okay, we're almost there. Keep going. These are very precisely cast little plastic pieces. These tank treads, I'll tell you. It's one of the reasons why this kit's... Actually, this kit was on sale. It wasn't really that expensive, considering the number of pieces. But, you know, Lego's expensive. These kits. Alrighty, number 28. And then I think we go ahead and... oh, wait, first it wants us to put it on the truck and then connect it, I think, right? On the... because it should be pretty tight, I imagine. We'll see. It's like, where do you want to... there's only one place you can really connect these. Perfect. There it is. There is the truck. You can see the treads move freely. Very nice. All right, we're going to have to build another one of those. Actually, once it's put it on, so let's see, how do we want to orient this? Okay, this is oriented this way. That's painted, that's facing that way. Okay, and then the truck is going to go on. Oh, these pieces facing that way. That's the right way. These go right in here, I believe. Beauty. Beauty. It's actually really smooth, too. Really, really smooth mechanism. All right, we're going to build the other truck, the other side. So we're going to have this and this. All right, holding this that direction. Then this piece goes into here. Like that. And then there's another one we're going to need. Uh-oh, Kitty wants to help. He's very, very helpful. Okay, this goes like that, right? And then that goes like that. Okay, so they're connected. Okay, so now we need the yellow one. And that's going to go next to the blue one. Perfect. Oh, it needs to go through both of these. There we go. And then this black one goes on the side. Oh. Wait a minute. Definitely did the wrong one. No. Like. Yeah. Did the wrong way. Did it completely the wrong way. Not even close. Where's my theme? Just I was holding it the wrong way, so we'll fix it. Okay, So holding it the right way, this way, like that, and then this is going to go down through both of these. Got it. Okay, you got it. Okay. And now it's, wait a minute. Still not the right way. Dang it. I'll get it. I'll get it. It's gonna go, okay, holding it this way. Blue one goes here. What's the big deal? Okay. Blue one goes there. This yellow one goes next to the blue one. Yeah, now it's working. It wouldn't have worked the other way, did it? And then the black one goes here where it's supposed to roll. Okay. Got the orientation correct. Okay, so now we have this piece here. Where's my glasses? All right, this piece here, turn this so the blue is in the air and the yellow is there, and this is going to go right to the middle of it. Like that. Perfect. Okay, so now we need these two. And these guys. Perfect. Do you like your treat, Mo? He got his treat. He's happy. He got a pretty treat. All right, then these are gonna go. Let's see. Blue's there. Yellow's there. That's there. So these go in through here. 1 and 2. That in that shape, perfect. And then we have a my piece here. Here. The tie piece here, I think this ties on the back, if I remember correctly, of the other piece. Like that, to kind of hold that in. Okay, still looks pretty good, right? Keep moving. All right, so now we have the big tire and the hub, which I already put together. And then this is gonna go in the hub. And that's gonna go, okay, facing, the big tire goes in the back of this one. And then we have this piece here, right? It goes on that. And then another one of these guys. To make that shape there, it should look exactly like the picture. Double checking. Looks pretty good. Yeah, looks all right. Keep moving. All right, so we're gonna need one of these hub thingies. All right, we're gonna make another small wheel. It goes in there. Small wheel for the back. Here's the axle for the small wheel. Or for the front, I don't know, whatever. That goes in here, like that. Make that shape, and then we're gonna do again this and this, I think. Put those together, make that shape, and then that's gonna go over that wheel. That sticks out a little bit like that. That's the right shape. I think it is. All right, moving right along. We have one of these, 3 of these, 1 of these, and 1 of these, and 1 of these. All right. So now we take this piece, hold it like that. This goes in the middle. This piece goes. Let's see. I think this way through here. It's pushed through like that. Is that right? It kind of looks right. And then the black one goes in the far piece on the other side like that. Okay, and then we have wheels put on. Help guide the track. Very nice. And that's gonna go where? Okay, holding this like this. Those are in back, and then this needs to go like here, I believe. Oop. That. Right? Right, that's what, yeah, that's what that piece looks exactly like that piece, except symmetrical. Okay. All right, now it wants us to put the other threads together. First, I want to count them because there may be some extras here, and if you make, you know, if you make it the wrong number, it's going to be too long or too short. Okay, so we got to count them again. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, that's 10, right? 10. Do them tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, 9, 10. And then 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nope. Oh yeah, there's one extra piece. So good to know. They gave us one extra in case we broke it. All right, let's make some tracks. Let's make tracks. It's just got to get started and make some tracks. But, you know, get that satisfaction of building it from teeny tiny pieces. There's 28 things we have to do quite repetitively. But, you know, helps, it kind of gives you the whole zen of the thing. These are really, it is a really cool mechanism. I can really tell on how it moves, like a tank, but quite smoothly. It takes some effort to design things that are kind of that flexible. You know, it doesn't need any oil. What are you excited about, Mo? I was excited about me finishing bag 3. I don't think we'll finish bag 4, but we're getting pretty close. Bag 4 is probably pretty short, but that's all right. An hour of Lego building is pretty much all we do. All right, that should be 28. All right, I want to make sure this is like nice and flat. It is. It's all connected. All right, so they want us to, nope, put this in here like that and connect it up somewhere. I think I did one too many because it's loose, and this one's kind of tight. Let me recount, or either that or I didn't do. This didn't. Actually, I'm gonna recount because I think I might have one too many segments in here. I'm just gonna count them. Okay. Let's see. Let's take a second here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, and there's a 29th. I was right. There's 2 extras in there. But yeah, it should be, the other one was real nice and tight. So now I know there's 2 extra pieces. But that's okay. Let's get these together. They're definitely a little tighter, but they should be. Okay. Is that the right kind of orientation for these? Actually, it is. Kind of fits very snugly when it's made correctly, which it is now. Yep, I had 29 in there. It's showing you 28. All right, so now this one is gonna go in here. Same thing. These things here go in, I believe, like that. And there you got both trucks It moves really smoothly. It's really cool, actually. All right, we've got a little bit more to do to finish off bag, but we're on the tail end here. All right, so we're gonna need a gripper like that. Perfect. And then one piece that looks like that. Okay. So put this upside down, and then the gripper is gonna go like that, I believe. Like that to make that shape. We have two of these. One's gonna go here. And one's gonna go here. Okay, makes that shape. One of these, and one of, I think, this guy here. Yep. All right, so this piece is gonna go facing that way, and then this is gonna go on top of them, make a little sandwich there, right? Yep, looks good. Moving on. All right, now we're gonna need a bunch of pieces. We're gonna need this piece, obviously, one of these, and this dude here. Perfect. Okay. So start with that guy and put him on top of it. Then stack this guy on top of it, I believe, and then this goes here to make this stack here. And that's gonna go. Here's this thing here. That's gonna go how? Like this? Yeah. According to the picture, that is kind of what it looks like. Okay, and then we need this thing here. Where's that gonna go? Okay, it's gonna go connecting to this guy here, like that. And that's gonna be some kind of hinge there, I suspect. Okay, so now we have two of these and two of these, and these are gonna go, okay, facing this way. I'm gonna make that piece like that. So do the same thing. This goes onto here underneath. And then these are gonna go onto what we just built somewhere. Onto this thing here. Like one there and one here, but they move independently, kind of thing. This thing here. Yeah, these are the group of his hands, I guess. All right, and we're gonna make two of these. Okay. So now we do the same thing. We start with this guy. This guy faces backwards, right, like that. This guy faces forwards. Makes a little hand here. And then we have the cover piece goes on top of him. And then how's it gonna be? This is gonna get mounted on the other side, right? Like that. Like wait a minute. Oh, I think I left out a piece here. It goes on that. Well, yeah, they're not symmetrical, so I'm not exactly sure what I'm supposed to do here. Oh, got it. I'm gonna make a whole nother of these things, of course, duh. So I go back here, and we're gonna start with this stripper here, right? Here it is. Almost missed it. Start with that gripper here, this guy here. Okay, so we do this. Let's just make two of these. Okay, that's fine. So that piece goes there. Two of these. One here. One here. One of these guys facing that way, and then the other dude with that fancy graphic on it effect. Okay, so we do that. And then we have another thing that we can stick there, right? Okay, this goes on like that. And then we want to make this guy have a little hinge effect there, right? So put that guy on there. Okay, so then we assemble these guys again. Fingers of the hand. That's going to go out like that. And how's that going to go? So basically just one there and one here. Like that. Okay. So only two of those, and then they're going to go on the dude here. So facing this direction is the front, I think. Yes. Where are they going to attach? Okay. It looks to me. Okay. Yes. No. I just need to turn this 90 degrees, right? It looks they want to do it this way, right? And then that's going to go connected onto here, right? Okay, that looks good there. And then this one's already right. This one's correct here, like that. Okay, these move around, I think. You know what I mean? They're supposed to move, which they do. Kind of cool. All right. And that's it for today, because there's still more bag 4, but bag 4 will have to wait till tomorrow. Okay, got some extra pieces here. I'm gonna collect my extra pieces. Who knows? You might need them. Get a few pieces of paper. My poor feet, legs, no circulation. Give me a second. Okay, bag 4 is right here. I haven't opened up yet. 3 bags is a lot of bags. Okay, let me see if I can do this without breaking it. Put this up here. Move my mic a little bit here. Alrighty, gonna change my camera. Give me a second. Camera angle back to face cam. There we go. Hi. Oh, by the way, sorry, I wasn't really looking at chat. Obviously, hi, licensed out. I don't know if you're still here, but that was a epic Lego building session. You know, and I as I say, I can kind of see chat, but not that well. All right, so what do we build today? This is the most of, but not all of, the Wall-E. Obviously, the top part of it we haven't built yet. But we built the main chassis. These tracks move really smoothly, especially considering they're made of little tiny pieces. And it's really cool. Oh yeah, and then the front opens up. The front opens up. Yeah, Wall-E. The front opens up, and you can put this little thing that we made. That's some kind of cargo or something. I'm not exactly sure. It's kind of an abstract piece, but it fits perfectly in here, I believe. If I know where to put it, yeah. If you put it right, if you put it in there, it'll fit like perfectly in his little thing, and he can do that. And then the arms are articulated in a kind of weird way. They can move up and like down in like these weird positions through the mechanism. And we haven't even gotten to some of the cool stuff here, like I guess this thing. So yeah, we'll finish Wall-E tomorrow, and then there's the other thing. There's another whole section here. This would have been the quicker thing to build. This is the only thing. So that's the other thing you build, also including this guy here and like a little plant that he was sent to Earth to look for signs of life. If you remember the movie Wall-E, it's not my favorite movie in the world, right, by a stretch. So I think I've only seen it once. But I think this one will be also very fun, I think. But yeah, it's a really cool, very, very articulated, lots of moving pieces. Lots of things to go wrong, but so far it did pretty good. And the cool thing is, I was worried that they would make you put a lot of decals on, but they pre-applied all the texturing, so you didn't have to put the decals on. And it looks a lot better that way, without having to like slight weird angles to your decals, because they always go on a little weird. But no, it's a ton of fun. All right, so long ass stream, but man, 3 hours, because that's what happens. I did the Lego for like an hour and 20 minutes. Time goes fast when I'm Legoing, right? Apparently. Anyway, I do want to say goodbye, and thanks to everybody. Tomorrow's stream will be right around the regular time. Excuse me. I'll be playing Microsoft Flight Simulator. Excuse me. There's going to be a musical performance, which is going to be me playing Ken's Piano Lounge. Good news, it's legal. Because you can perform music. It's just pre-recorded music, actual copyright recorded music. They don't like, So yeah, I get banned. But again, I don't really care about the reach of my my stream. Anyway, I'm so glad we had this time together, just to have a laugh or sing a song. Seems we just get started, and before you know it, comes the time we have to say so long.